Yo, yo, yo. Hey, hey. Welcome everybody to Thursday, May 25th, 2023. Yeah, forgot that for a second. How about that? Gotta love it. And we are so lucky we got Mama Bear back today as our lovely co-host. As we're looking into Mr. Bryan Kohberger, folks, and the possible connection between him and Miss Dana Smithers and Kortne Stauffer, possibly. Come check this out with us, guys. It should be interesting. Thank you all for being here again today. Let's get the show on the road. Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah.
That good, huh?
Oh, you know all about it. Yep. It's been a fun morning, folks. Welcome, everybody. It's great to have you guys here today.
Hey,
Thank you all so much for joining us. Mama Bear, please welcome her back. We are so happy to have her back. Tell her how happy we are to have her back, because we are so happy to have her back. The past 2 days have been pure insanity. I think I'm just overworking or overthinking it in my head. I didn't do too bad without her, but I still want her here on a regular basis. We do miss her when she's not here. So anyway, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us. Let's see who we have in our house with us today. Let's see here. Looks like Mrs. M is in the house. Great to see you. Miss Brandy, the OG. Great to have you here. Kim Marin, and I did just see. Wow, congrats, Kim. Has been a member for 7 months. That's awesome, Kim. Wow.
Hey,
Good
Kim.
to have you here. That's awesome. Miss Brandy, again, as I said, Firefly, welcome back. Good to see you. Threads and Roses, always happy to see you. Melon, that's a new name. Thanks for being here. I have been watching from behind the scenes, and we love you too. Thank you so much for joining us. T2014's in the house. Great to see you. Miss Bonnie Bailey, great to have you back. V Slims, good to have you here. Evie Marie, good to see you again, my dear. Anna Flavia Constantino, I love that name. I'm just going to call you Anna. How about that one? It's a long name, but I love the name. Thanks for joining us, Jennifer Thompson. Great to see you. Mrs. M, always happy to have you here, as always. PPR, Mr. Banana's in the house. Banana Man, good to see you, Dustin. Thanks for joining us. Miss Sherry, by the way.
Yeah.
Gotta do my thing. And thank you for joining us today, Miss Sherry. And by the way, Miss Sherry, if you would please type something in chat so we can verify what we need to do. It's so great to have you here. Thank you for joining us today, Miss Sherry. And once you do that, I will tell you the rest. Miss Maria Cariello, thank you so much for joining us today. Let me see.
Hey,
Huh? Okay.
Yep.
Did somebody die?
No, it's just cats fighting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and here comes Big Mouth. Did you hear him? Yeah. Jesus. Unravel, good to have you here. Strike First, little brother, good to have you here as well. Let me see here. KKS, good to see you. Miss Sophie, welcome. Good to have you here. Did it work? Did it work? Yeah, everybody can hear you, Big Mouth. I know. There she is. Welcome, Miss Sherry, to the team. It's so great to have you here, by the way. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you so very much. And I know you will continue to be a wonderful addition to this team. Thank you for accepting that responsibility. It's very much appreciated. Come on, dude, really? Miss Charlotte Gross, it's great to see you. Thanks for joining us again. Mind your business. I will not Thank you for joining us today. It's great to have you here. April Stoll, good to see you. Kelly Coker, welcome back. Great to have you here. Melon, I did Melon. T2014, I did. All right. Come on in. Miss Margaret Hofer, or Hoffer. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm sorry if I didn't. Welcome. It's great to see you again. Jennifer Austin Ferris, welcome, brother. Good to see you. It's been a while. Unravel, welcome. Laughing Stock, great to see you. Thanks for being here. CL, welcome back. The Doozer Do, good to see you. Thanks for joining us today. Come on, scroll up, and there's that weird ass crazy old Dago kid. How about that? Dago guy, because he ain't no kid. Miss Sophie's in the house.
I missed you guys too.
Huh?
Sophie said she missed me, and I said, I missed you guys too.
Oh, yeah. Sarah D, good to see you. Rowdy, welcome back. Good to see you. Cammy Q's in the house. Good to see you. Miss Heather. There's Miss Heather. Good to see you, Miss Heather. Thanks for being here today with us. I appreciate you so very much. All of you moderators that are in here, once again, please welcome the new team member to the team, Miss Sherry. And all you guys do such a great job. Thank you so much for being here with us today. I appreciate you. Miss Lena, it's great to see you as well. Thanks for joining us. Mojo, good to see you. What the hell? Did you see that?
What?
He just went launching across the room. Give me one moment, guys. Please, if you would. Maybe not. Forget it. I guess I missed that one. Okay. No big deal. Again, guys, thank you all so very much for joining me today. I don't know what this cat's doing. He just jumped from this side of my room, from this side of the room to that side of the room in the air. I don't know what the hell he's doing, but he's freaking me out. Self-aware. Okay. Welcome. Good to have you here. Good to see you. Noni McPoppins Bubble Bottle. All right. So your name is Noni. That's the end of that one, because I'm not saying all that. It's a very, very cool name, though. I love your guys' names. They crack me up. B Slims, I said that. Yes. Miss CC, the sweetest lady on the internet. Welcome. Good to have you here. Miss Kendra Crime Goth, good to have you. Thanks for joining us. Love MJ2, great to see you. Thank you for, wait a minute, what was that? Great to see you as well. And thank you so much for the first super sticker of the day. Thank you so much, guys. That does help. This is a fully crowd-funded channel. Everything that keeps me running comes straight from you guys, the subscribers and the family. So thank you so very much for that. I do appreciate you. Stuart, please stop meowing. Stewie. Why did I call him Stuart? Stuart, hey, kitty cat, what's your problem? Here we go. There it is. All right. Thank you so much. Love MJ2. I appreciate that so very much. Sophie's in the house. Lugaroo, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. I think I already seen you, but welcome again, Bonnie Bailey. Louisiana High Ride, good to see you. Double Dolls in the house. Welcome. Thanks for being here, all of you. I appreciate you guys so very much. More than you will ever know. As most of you guys know, yesterday I broke the 3,000 subscriber mark. I got a little bit of a emotional, became a crybaby, all that fun stuff. And okay, that's an important one. Hold on one second, Mama Bear.
Okay. 1001. Time's up. Sylvia. Oh, honey. Hey, Brandy. Hey, Bonnie. It went good. It was work, But we have fun, so. Thank you, Mr. Mojo. Hi, Cece. Where you been lately? And congratulations again, Sherry or Wisdom.
All right. Sorry about that. Mrs. Dago said hello and much love to everyone.
By the way, self-aware is Sylvia.
I figured that. I just didn't want to say that as I was directing a conversation to her, and I didn't. I just no. I've been married for 20 years, folks. I'm not that dumb. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. It's like a trap in some sense, whether it is or it's not. As a husband and a man, I feel like it's a trap, so I'm not gonna do it. Self-aware B, Sylvia. I will call you Sylvia.
Nice to meet you too, V-Slins.
That's a cool name, though. As they all are. Did I miss anybody in there? Miss Lori Smith, good to see you. Rowdy, I said hey to. Good to have you. I think I got everybody. If I didn't, please don't take it personally. You see how my house is like insanely chaotic all the time. So welcome everyone. It's so great to Eddie's in the house. What's up? 1 minute nut. One maiden nut. I always 1 minute. Oh. I'm out. I'm done. I'm dead. All right. So sorry about that, Eddie. One maiden nut. Wow. Oh my God. Sylvia, you don't have to apologize, dear. It's okay. Oh wow. Unbelievable. Rhode Island housewife. Welcome. Good to see you. He said that's a showstopper. That's right, it is. Oh my God. Well, there's strike 2 for me. Am I late? Oh no, you are not late, Miss Carolyn. Welcome. Good to have you here. Heather Fitzgerald. Good to see you. Good golly, Miss Molly's in the house. Yeah, walked into the nut. So that's it. There you go. Wow, I said that. Hey guys, we need a little laugh every now and again. That was just too much. I'm sorry. Deborah Smith, good to see you. Clarissa Hendershot. Oh my God.
Oh.
Whoa, chunky baby infants in the house. Good to see you. Rotund. Oh my God, that's a good one. Rotund Bambino. Yes. I love it. As you all know, well, most of you guys, whenever you see fat baby Toodles, there's a joke behind it, which I'll explain later. But every time I see him, I try to say a different version of his name, and I'll explain that in a little bit. But that's a new one, and that's a good one. Welcome, sis. Good to see you, my sister Heather. Good to have you in the house. Thank God you walked in after that comment. That was a wow. Mikey's in the house. Oh, he missed it too. Unbelievable. One maiden nut. Yes. Let's make sure we say that slowly when we say it next time.
Mama Dago's not in here, is she?
She'd have probably dropped it right there and laughed. Laughed at all. No, she's not in here either. She's out doing something. Oh, wow. Fat little one. Very good to see you. That's a good one, Sylvia. Fat little one. Welcome, Paula. Good to have you here.
Hey, Paula.
Wow. What's going on, guys? Here we are again with this. I got 102 amazing people in here.
Oh, you missed it, Heather.
Lights. Let's fix that. Oh, Heather, my sister, my baby sister. I'm glad you did miss it. So there's somebody in here by the name of One Maiden Nut. Okay. And I was talking quick like I do, and I said 1 minute nut very quickly, and it just does not sound very good at all. I'm sorry you missed that, Mikey. You'd have lost it on that one. Welcome, by the way. Connect the dots, guys. That's what Sophie said. Yeah, figure it out, folks. I'm so sorry for that, everyone. Yeah, there she goes. I knew she'd lose laughing on that one. I'll have to go back and rewatch this again. Absolutely. Never a dull moment in here, everyone. Welcome, guys. It's so great to have you guys here. Come on in, grab a seat, get comfortable, grab your coffee, tea, whatever it may be. Come on and sit down, have a conversation with Mama Bear and me. It's going to be interesting today. I promise you that much. That if we start off like that, it sure will be.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Heather. Again, this channel, guys, is 100% crowdfunded. Anybody that wants to support the channel via Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App, please feel free. I am eternally grateful. What's that, Mama? Oh, okay. Tam, you know what? You want to talk about a derp moment? The other day, Tam Era was in here, right? And I'm sitting here going, like, to myself, going, Tam Era. Tam Era. I said it like 5 times to myself. I'm like, why does that sound right? And I went, Tamara. Oh, Tamara. Yep. Listen, guys, I'm intelligent. Nobody said I was smart. There's 2 different things, okay? Miss Kendra, good to see ya. I'm surprised Dustin didn't take full advantage of what I said and run with that one like the wind. Daisy Dead's in the house. Good to see you, Daisy. Oh, good Lord. What a day already.
Yep.
Miss Alyssa McGrath, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Tamara. The cats. Yes. Can he take you nowhere? Nope. You sure can't. You can ask Mama Bear that. She will tell you right off the gate. Rhode Island. And Wild Cherry, good to see you. That's a new name. Welcome. Good to have you here. Lugaroo, I seen you a minute ago. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Love this energy today. We try to have this energy every day. Believe me, we try. It's not always that easy, but
Hey, I'm gonna hop off and go downstairs. So drop me another link, please.
Yep. See you then. Bye-bye. It's great having you today, Mama Bear. Thanks for joining us. See you next time. So, guys, for those of you jumping in, today, if you hadn't noticed, the topic is Bryan Kohberger and Miss Dana Smithers and Kortne Stauffer, sorry. Is there a connection? We're about to find out as much as we can. 32 to 63. Good to see you. I can call you Wendy. There you go. There you go. Absolutely. Yeah, we don't want to get that messed up, right? Oh, man. What a day. Thank you so much for that, Mojo. Gifted a membership, guys. If your membership thing is not opened up, please set it so you can. If you're not a member, you can become a meatball within a moment. How about that? All you got to do is go down to that $sign. If you're on your computer at the bottom of the screen, click that open, and it should give you the option to allow for gifts, and that is a gift somebody's going to be given to you. Looks like Miss Paula received that one. Welcome, Miss Paula. I think Miss Paula was already a member, but that's okay. Good to have you anyway. What was I doing? Oh, I got to give Mama another link. All right. Good to see you today, Miss Heather. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so very much. I think I already said that, but I'm saying it again. All right. Congratulations, Wendy. We'll call you Wendy. Pixie, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Fast meatball. No. What? No marination required. There you go, Daisy. You guys got some good ones. You don't, if you're on your phone, Heather, it's sometimes it doesn't work, especially if I think they have iPhones don't do it, because iPhones are caca. That's why you got to have an Android. It's all good. Oh, you have an Android? Oh, okay. Is there a possibility? I don't know. I don't obviously don't do it because I run the channel, but Does anybody that has an Android know if you can do that on your Android as well? I was told that you couldn't do it with iPhones, so I don't know. Click the link here, Heather. Heather is talking to you, Heather. And boom, there she is.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Gossip News and True Crime Network. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us, Quato. Good to have you here. I agree with you on that one, Quato. I have an Android as well. iPhones are poo-poo.
Yeah, you say that, but who has more issues with their phone? He or you?
It's not the fact that it's an Android, it's a crappy Android is the problem. Don't ever get the Motorola.
Whatever. Excuses.
What is my phone?
See?
The Motorola, this thing. Don't ever get this. It's garbage. At least mine is. Mine is. My wife, actually, the rest of my family seems to have the same phone. No problems. It's just mine. So maybe it's operator issue. You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh.
Welcome, Noni.
Noni McPoppins is now a meatball. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the sauce. Good to have you here. It doesn't show me to allow gifts. At the bottom, there should be a thing. At the bottom of the chat, Heather, there's a little $sign. If you click on that, it should open up a whole like Dropbox thing. And there'll be different options. And it says memberships, I think. And if you go into that and allow, like, I think you have to allow it and it'll let you have the option to accept them. I think. I have a Xiaomi Mi Max. Welcome, Alicia, by the way. I have a Xiaomi Mi Max 2 since 5 years, and it is good as new. I've never even heard of that one. Good. Android is stop talking. Strike first. Stop talking. Stop talking about you and your glorious iPhones. Brian Kohberger is not suspect in DS death. You're correct.
Brandon, you might be right.
There is, I don't want to say correct to it. We'll explain it in a minute. There's Brian Kohberger's parents have been subpoenaed to testify for the grand jury in the Dana Smithers case. So that being said, that's why we're doing this. We're trying to find out what the connection would be based on the things that I have heard from this already. There's not anything to connect him, okay, which is, good in my opinion, but there's because of where he lives and where they found her and where she lives, of course, because of what's going on, they're obviously trying to connect him to that scenario, I'm guessing. So we're going to look into it and see what we can find in it, guys. It is the person using the Android. So what?
Racho, what theory are you asking about, hon?
Who are we talking about?
They said, is this a theory that came from, and then it says Kim, and I just didn't know what theory you were asking about.
Kim doesn't even know anything about it. This came out yesterday. What news outlet dropped it? I mean, it happened. He went this morning. Michael Kohberger went this morning for his testimony, and I think her name was Mary Beth, Brian's mother.
Yeah,
it's Mary something. She went a couple days ago and put her to give her testimony to the grand jury about this case. So, News Nation, I think it was. Yeah, I hate to say that, Alyssa. You're right.
Brian and I can't remember who else, but yeah, News Nation, Brian Inton.
Brian dropped it yesterday, right around the time. But Marianne, thank you guys. I appreciate you. Mary Beth, Marianne, something like that. Mary Jane? No, not Mary Jane. But yeah, that is what happened yesterday. And we're gonna check it out. I'm curious. It's been talked about before. There was another woman that was, I think, she was around 72 or 73 years old that they had found deceased in her apartment in another area of Pennsylvania that they were talking about trying to, ever since he has been arrested, they have tried to link him to everything that has gone on in any way, shape, or form around him. And you guys know how that goes. And again, innocent till proven guilty, folks. We need to remember that at all times, at all costs, for every case. And here we are again. So I highly doubt that we're going to find any kind of a connection to her and him, but that's what we're doing. That's what the think tank is all about. That's why we throw all of you guys up inside that think tank, shake it up, and here we go. That's how we figure these things out if we can. I can't imagine it would for Dana Smithers' case to wait a minute. I can't imagine it would be for Dana Smithers' case to summon a grand jury. Takes time. Oh, they did it though. CL, they did it. That's what they're saying. That's how they're claiming it. A grand jury for the PA legalities of SWAT arrest and DNA seems more fitting since his parents were witnesses to it all. I mean, it's been claimed by multiple sources that it's for Dana Smithers. So I'll show you guys some clips on everything on it, and we'll see what we can get from that. There we go, Miss Sherry. That's something that's been talked about. Okay. Now that's why I think people were trying to make these connections, because both of these cases are in and around the realm of where the Kohbergers were from. Okay. And it's been talked about by a few other people. I'm not naming names. I'm not trying to put anybody on blast because I don't think that they have anything to do with these two people. But they're saying that they believe that the IDs that were found in the glove belong to Dana Smithers and or Kortne Stauffer, or both. Okay. And I'm just like, that's too easy. I can't believe that would be true. Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is. And you know how this stuff goes, folks. I think the grand jury subpoena was to clear. Hold on a minute. I think the grand jury subpoena was to clear, put it all speculating. That's what I'm hoping it's for.
Right.
I think the testimony is to support an alibi possibly for him. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see. And I know that they're not going to televise the testimonies, but hopefully some way or another, something comes out from it and we can actually see it. Is it confirmed that the IDs found are from females? It was said that they were from. See, initially when we first heard it, I do believe they said that it was two females or two women that were friends of the victims. And then I heard it initially, of course, we heard that they were the victims of the live in the house, two people that live in the house. And I mean, like, so, you know how the rumor mill works. I dug and tried to find the truth on it, and you can't. So then it came down that it was people that the victims knew. Now we're at this point, we're at possibly these two. So I'm not going to claim it to be anything until we know the actual truth on it for sure. Because I don't think it belongs to, I'll be honest with you folks. I don't think the IDs belong to anybody in the house on King Road or these two ladies here either. I really don't.
I mean, they said that the two IDs didn't belong to anybody in the King Road house. And that's all I've heard about it, was it just didn't belong to them, which I never thought it did. Right.
I mean, those IDs, you guys, could be just something that he found over the years. They could be something that maybe somebody left in his car that he gave a ride somewhere, or he was hanging out with one time. There's so many explanations as to why he has those IDs. Who knows? Okay. You know, again, a lot of this stuff is trying to guilt him before being found guilty. Any guilt that could be shown on to Bryan Kohberger is going to be given to him for absolute free, guys. You know that. Okay. Exactly, Sherry. I feel the same way. They're trying to roll him out of this crime so that they can move on and try to find the actual person that is that's responsible for these.
Quato Strike didn't mean anything. He was just being the stinker that he is. But yes, he is a mod, and we all just need to be nice to each other.
What's wrong?
Strike was being the stinker that he is about iPhones, and Quato got upset and said that he was being rude or something. And
Okay. Well, okay. Calm down, folks. It's not that serious. I apologize.
No, he cannot say anything he wants. That's not what I'm saying.
No, not at all. And that's what I'm getting ready to say is you've been here long enough, you long time, Strike. So you know some people, certain things people say come out the wrong way or are taken the wrong way. So just try to word things specifically as to not offend somebody is all I'm saying. I appreciate that very much. And I apologize, Quato, that you were offended.
Oh, I didn't see
I
that.
told you to mind your own business. No, see, we don't do that, Strike. Okay. Please don't do that. We don't talk to anybody like that in here. I don't like that at all. So my apologies, deep apologies, Quato, for that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's all about. We always joke back and forth, guys.
Yeah.
Androids, iPhones, things like that. We get into arguments or disagreements over these cases. If we can get through that, then we can get through something like that. So my deepest apologies, Quato. I'm sure that it wasn't really meant like a hardcore sense. Sometimes, like I said, Strike has a tendency to say things that don't come out the way that he means them to come out. So not thinking about things ahead of time. Thank you so much, Tim Allen. Tim Allen. Question: why would they take the IDs from the house if they aren't from the house or relevant? Just curious. That's a good point. Or just curious why you believe they aren't from the house. It's based on what we've been told, Tim. And thank you for the super chat so very much. I don't know that they're not from the house, but the way that they were explained to us, hold on a minute, guys. I'm trying to multitask at the same time and it don't do very well. I don't know that they weren't from the house or if they are from the house, but the way they explained it to them is they found them hidden in a glove in a closet or something. I think it was, wasn't it?
It was in a glove. Yeah. I don't know where though.
Again, thank you, Tim, for that very much. Very much appreciated. So, you know how the media sources will put things out or whatever, and understand something, folks. As I've been watching these things that go on, Heather Mosher, good to see you. I think some of these things that go on are they're tactics. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Why don't you take a timeout for a little bit, hun?
Just to calm down, bud. You're definitely entitled to your opinion, as everybody. Just there's no reason to get all upset about it. That's all. Margaret says in a glove, and there it was. Thank you, Margaret. In a glove in a box, which is odd. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely agree with that. Why do you have a glove with an ID in a box? Now, if it, this sounds kind of weird to say it like this. Maybe it was somebody that he had a crush on in high school and he found and kept her ID or something. Now, these are reaches, folks. 100%. Don't quote this stuff on me, but they're reaches. You know, maybe if somebody had a crush on that he had her ID somehow and he kept it and it was dear to his heart somehow. He put it in the glove to keep it safe and put it in the box to keep it hidden. You know what I mean? I mean, I know it sounds ridiculous. These are just
email.
These are just, I'm sorry. Okay. These are just what ifs, but I'm just saying, thank you, Molly. Let me see here. Let me check that real quick, guys.
Melissa, that's a good point. I didn't think about. They could be fake IDs.
That's another thing. Maybe that's why you're hiding them too, because they're illegal. So, you know, you don't want them out there in the middle of everything. And download. Thank you, Molly. Maybe. What is it? It's up 1 minute nut. One maiden nut. 1 minute. It's up 1 minute. Thank you so much for reminding me of that, Miss Molly. You want me to play that for everybody that missed it? Sure. This is what you all missed that I screwed up with this morning. I love you, Molly. That's all I got to say. Here we go, folks. All right. Let me bring it back to the beginning. With her little legs dangling like, this is what you did wrong, Mr. Dago. All right, here we go. It's up 1 minute nut. 1 minute nut. 1 minute. It's up 1 minute nut. It's up 1 minute nut. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. It's up 1 minute nut. 1 minute. You're evil, Molly. That's all I can say. Thank you for reminding me of that so very much.
Hello,
awesome.
Dana.
Welcome, Dana. Good to see you. What's up, Hash? Good to see you, brother. BK is not stupid. He would not kill 4 people, then put their IDs in the glove box of his car. Absolutely. I get that. I agree with you. Oh, wait a minute. That's a good point. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Was Brian Auburn? I can never say this right. Auburnex. Was Brian a bouncer? So he did work security for a security company. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what happened. You know? Maybe he got somebody's ID if he was working at a job site like that for something and he held on to it. Why, I don't know, but you know, that could be a good reason as to how he ended up with it.
Eddie has a good theory, or says he has a good theory on the IDs.
All right. 1 second. Where's Eddie at? Or maybe the IDs are of males, Brent K. And they could be males, but I thought I heard somebody say they were females, but I very much could be wrong. All right, Eddie, the link is in chat. Go ahead and come on up. Say your piece, my friend. Always happy to hear what you have to say. And then once you're done with that, we will jump into what we got to do for this stuff over here. Come on up, Mr. Eddie.
She said you didn't let it finish.
It said it enough times. I don't need to let it finish. It kept going back and back. And it probably, you know why she wanted me to let it finish? Because I promise you at the very end of it is that black cat smiling that says love Molly with the big teeth. I promise. I guarantee it. Miss Sophie says Dana Smiller's thing was for nothing. Look at the new statement. Yeah, I'm going to have to. That's another good point, Alyssa. See, there's so many options. She said, what? Never. I know exactly what the ending was, Molly. Yes, sisters, I'm sure they had friends. Maybe it was just right. There's too many options for that. And of course, you know, law enforcement, because of everything going on, is going to make it look like it's something more than it is. It's a strategy, folks, to pit society against him, which helps in a sense when it comes down to the chess game of the trial. Welcome, Eddie. Good to have you up here, brother. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me again.
Always, my friend. Always. You know we love your insight and the things you have to talk about when you're up here. So thank you for joining us.
I have too much to talk about and sadly limited time, but I always appreciate when you give me a voice.
Every time, my friend. Anytime and every time.
So the theory on the glove in the ID in a glove in a box.
Yes.
If he was set up, and I'm not saying he was, but let's just say if you're going to set someone up and you're going to plant an ID, incriminating ID on them, you're not going to tape it to their forehead because they might just identify it there and find it.
Right. Great point.
And then they'll be on to you. So what you're going to do is put it somewhere where it's, you know, they might find it by chance, but you're going to try to conceal it as best as you can.
So that it looks like it's concealed. Right.
And it's going to be a double win because if he doesn't find it, then it really looks suspicious, because if you put it in a glove in a box, well, it looks like he was hiding it.
Yeah. Agree.
Now, in the beginning, it was kind of, some people were talking, was it the glove box or a box? They didn't quite understand, but whether it's in a box or if it's in a glove box. So let's just say it's in your glove box. I mean, how often, number one, do you go into your automobile's glove box? Very seldom. But if you did, what are you going to find in there? It's just going to be loaded with a lot of storage, and it's going to be full. You might have COVID masks in there and a dozen other items. So
right.
If he was to by chance reach into the glove box and see, and he's got black gloves because he works in a lab at the school. So you're going to find just a clutter of mess, and then you're going to reach in there and get your insurance paper, and all you're going to see is the glove. You're not going to see the ID card within the glove.
Correct.
So that's my theory on the glove and box.
And listen, now that you said that, thank you for saying that, because what MJ2's comment goes in line with what you're saying. Since they didn't use or are not showing the body cams from PA, anything can be anything. And we can make a decision based on that fact of what you just said.
Yeah.
And the fact that there aren't, we'd have no idea of any kind of body cam footage from that search, right or wrong. Right. So at this point, that's left to the imagination. What should we expect with the way this case is going and with all the conspiracy and controversy with everything? People are automatically going to say, well, it seems to me like they could have been planted. I mean, why wouldn't we say that? Because we have no proof that they're not, which in turn is reasoning that right there, guys. Things like that is why body cams need to be in every situation, period. So Thank you both for those comments. Go ahead, Eddie. I'm sorry for interrupting.
I just hope that there's no victim's blood on those ID cards. And that's just me going down my rabbit hole with the victim's blood. You know me. A couple other points real quick, and then I'll let you get back to your regular program.
Take your time, my friend. Take your time.
So me and CL were kind of talking in chat. And he kind of understood what I was saying. Maybe Brian might have been really suspicious. He might have felt like he is being watched, possibly. I mean, you consider his point of view. He has this white Elantra, albeit the wrong year. But
of course,
the 2 Indiana stops, I mean, right there, that would have been, he would have felt something was off, I think. And then can you imagine the conversation driving home? And then all the conversations that he had with his parents once he arrived in Pennsylvania.
Correct.
They must have been talking. He goes to school just 10 minutes from where this now world famous quadruple homicide has occurred. He's got a white Elantra, and maybe he knows something too. We don't know what his social circle is over there. So maybe they're just bringing them into the grand jury to find out what they know, what conversations they had.
Right.
That's just a theory. I don't know.
Absolutely. I mean, how do you feel on that, though?
Well, I don't think he has any connection with these Pennsylvania missing persons cases.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a student. He's a full-time student. One thing I don't see people really talking about much, and I just had a conversation with one of my friends, and he has a daughter about, college age, and you apply for these programs, especially like a PhD program. You don't just willy-nilly spontaneously decide in the spring that you're going to attend, say, Harvard in the fall. It's probably going to be over a 1.5 year wait time since the time you apply to go to these, doctorate type of schools, right?
Absolutely.
And who knows how many times he applied to local schools like Penn State or, Ohio, who, fill in the blank, but he might have been turned down to go to these other more local college, and WSU was, one of the ones he considered, and that was really like the last ditch effort. He chose that because there was no more space for him to go to a more local program. So you're not going to just commit a crime in March of 22, and then decide, I got to skip town now so that they don't suspect me, and then find yourself attending WSU in the fall. That's not real life. It didn't happen that way.
Yeah, right. That does make sense. 100%.
Now, lastly, does anyone know where the 911 call at 301 at the Banfield originated? Because
I couldn't find anything on it. Nothing. I looked like crazy last night. I could not find anything.
I think that storyline broke out around the December 7th. But let's just say that, for example, that it is a real legitimate 911 call that happened at 301. And it was because of the crime that occurred at the house. Well, if that is going to be concealed from everybody, then would they not try to associate and, kind of confabulate that 911 call with that the underage drinking incident that the police, that the what were they,
WSU police?
Yeah, the Idaho State, Moscow.
Right.
University of Moscow police. Was it MPD, or was it the? Does University of Moscow have their own?
We talked about that yesterday. From what I understand, when Kim was here yesterday, I asked her that question because it had been said that there is no campus police, that's Moscow, because one of the responding officers to the noise complaint claimed that there is no campus police, it's Moscow. But Kim did say that Idaho has campus security, which was kind of mesmerizing to me because I never once saw or heard anything about Idaho campus security responding to anything. It was always Moscow police. So you would think if you have a security force on campus that they're going to, but she said, well, I came to the conclusion myself, actually, that because that house itself is not actually on campus, it's considered campus housing, but not on campus. Maybe that's why security did not or does not respond to that house. Welcome, Pink. Good to see you. So that's my thought. Maybe, I don't know.
It is such a mystery because if there was a 911 call at that hour and that's being like buried pushed under the rug, so to speak, and then to give misdirection and make everybody think that, that was really just the police responding to that underage Banfield drinking occurrence. Well, then it serves the purpose of kind of just misdirecting our attention to say, well, it wasn't a 911 call, when in reality it was.
Right. And yeah, I can agree with that. Absolutely.
It's just a theory, but why did it begin with it possibly being a 911 call in the beginning? That has to be explained by some type of maybe a truth. Maybe it was, but now it's just redirecting the storyline.
Exactly. That's a very good point. Very good point.
So I'll hang up now and
if you're done with it, that's fine. Yeah, there was no rush, buddy. You don't have to ever rush off of here. We all love hearing what you have to say because you're always very insightful. Everything you have that you ever talk about, it makes everybody's mind start turning. I'm telling you right now, the gears start going and we're all thinking. So it's very much appreciated every time you speak on something.
Well, I'm not losing hope. I still believe that he's innocent until proven guilty, and I really don't think he did it still.
I appreciate that. As in we all should believe that he is innocent until proven guilty. And like I said, I'll feel that way until they show us hardcore proof that he is guilty. So I appreciate that. again, as I said, that's how it should be. So thank you so very much, Eddie. I appreciate that.
Well, thank you. I'll slip back in the chat now.
Okay, brother. Thank you again.
Yeah,
it's great to have you up here, as always.
Okay, appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right, Molly, I'm checking right now. Welcome, R Fabs. Good to have you. Thanks for joining us. Marley
Brandy wants to know if you got her email from this morning.
Yes, I did, and I thought I sent back a thing. Or hold on a minute.
You were all over the place this morning. So
I was. Oh, okay, Molly. Thank you. All right. Well, there's a little bit of insight, folks, into that campus division. Captain Tyson Barrett oversees the city of Moscow and the University of Idaho. Wow. This division operates from Memorial Gym, Suite 111, located in the core of the University of Idaho campus. It is comprised of 1 command staff officer, 2 campus community policing officers, 1 narcotics detective, and 3 patrol officers who are scheduled through the operations division. Officers assigned to the campus division are selected from officers within the Moscow Police Department who desire to be part of the campus effort. The campus division also teams up with the University of Idaho Office of Public Safety and Security, Homeland Security, and Vandal Security to ensure our campus remains one of the safest in the United States. I would be interested to know who the patrol officers are that work for that division. I wonder if that would be the officer, was it Tisdale or Truesdale or something like that, and the other officer that has the same last name almost. That would be interesting to know. But thank you, Molly, for that. I did not know that, and now I do. Appreciate that very much. And I knew you'd be looking already as well. Let me see here. Who were these men we saw walking in and out of the house, all being secretive and all FBI? I wonder. I think I was told Tamara. I'm just going to call you Tamara because that seems like it's hard to say. Tamara, I was told that they were marshals. Okay, but I could be wrong. You know how that goes. You're talking about the gentleman with the cowboy hats on that left in a hurry that one time. I do believe those were marshals. I'm not 100% sure. They could be FBI. They could be marshals. I don't know. But again, like I said, we were told marshals. I realize some people find it odd that BK went across country to go to WSU. But again, it was stated in the, and that's what I was going to say earlier. And I thought so because I had looked it up once before on accident. And it told me that WSU has a very highly rated criminology department, folks. In turn, he made a choice to go there because of wanting to have the very best, in my opinion. That's what I'm guessing he did that for. So, but who is to say that he wasn't motivated to go to that school because of the professor? He was right. And she's very highly rated, that professor. Her books are amazing. So he could have just wanted to follow her there. You know what I mean? To take her classes and so on and so forth to get the education that he absolutely wanted. Do you want to bring up the undercover agents on 12/3 from the Brian Enton tweet? I know where it can be found. I could try if you'd like me to. From the video that Brian did when he was at the house and they come walking out, is that what you're talking about? Because I don't have my Twitter hooked up to my computer. I don't have the ability to do that. I don't know if Mama Bear does or if she doesn't. Or do you even have Twitter, Mama Bear?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. If you want to bring it up via Twitter, she could probably pull it up if you want her to, Eddie. I do not have it here on my computer. It's only on my phone. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. What's up, G? Good to see you. D. Dobson, welcome. It's good to have you here. Absolutely. For those of you that didn't know or realize, today, May 25th, was Miss Maddie Mogan's birthday. So it's being, I've seen it put out already. It's being called Maddie May Day. So take a little extra time to do something nice for someone or say something nice to someone if you have that chance in honor of Maddie Mogan, folks. Sad thing. Very sad. Rhea Balduck. Welcome. Good to have you. What about the prosecution demanding an alibi from defense? Is that legit? I don't think they're allowed to demand it. They can ask. That's it. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, but we can look into something about that. I have never heard of that before. When it comes to PhD students, potential candidates, it's like going into the medical school. You have to match to being right. Okay. Thank you, Rumsey. I appreciate that. And again, if he has the degrees that he has and the time he spent, I'm going to venture to say that he's probably got a very high IQ as well as a GPA. So if he applied and or was invited or applied, requested, I don't know if you can do this or not. This might be just a dumb comment I'm getting ready to make, but put in a request to be invited. If you can do, if that makes any sense, show an interest in the school to see if you could be invited based on your GPA or whatnot, or your interest in the programs. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know how that went with that. That Salty has a good point too. And actually I've noticed that the law enforcement didn't push the ID theory, that the public did. And that's what I'm saying, guys. If I didn't say it right, you know, when they found it, it was put out. In some senses, I think it could just be a tactic. That's why they put it out, because they haven't put a whole bunch of things out that they should have put out, in my opinion, but they put that out. And I think that is to get, it's a strategy to say, okay, look what we found. Now do what you want with it. And people do. Okay. That's just my opinion. Hash says, Dago, he would have had to have been in various intern programs and would have had to pass background checks, personality profile tests. And I'm guessing that he did. I mean, he became a TA, guys. You have to have, if you're any form of a teacher, this I know, this is a national thing. It's not just statewide. You have to be fingerprinted, have background checks done to make sure that you're safe to be around the kids, okay? So there's obviously nothing in his background thus far that was found, or he wouldn't have been the TA that he was. So thank you, D. I appreciate that, and it's so great to have you here. You aren't lying, Sophie. Media is the worst in the U.S. If you're allowed to play other content creator stuff, it's found in Conspiracy Idaho playlist number 52. I mean, I'm allowed. I'll just have to give the.
Was it? I have it pulled up. If.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead and pull it up then. We'll just go that way. That we don't have to bother with anybody else. But thank you for the info, Eddie. I appreciate that, bud.
Yeah, I don't know if Heather wants to drop a link that this is.
Who is it for?
Conspiracy.
Oh, that's the one he was talking about. Okay. Yeah, if you could, Heather, or one of the mods, just drop a link. The info we're about to look at comes from the other creator, Conspiracy. Did I say it right?
Conspiracy,
guys. Check it out. I'm sure there's some great stuff there. I've watched, I think, one video, and I was impressed. So it's pretty good stuff. So, guys, check it out if you would. And if somebody could drop that link, I would definitely appreciate that. Thank you so very much. And thank you, Mama Bear. That's a nice scene. How about that?
Right.
Let's go to the beach, everyone.
Right.
CB, where you can be you.
Hear it?
So eat the fresh ketchup.
Oh, yeah.
I
can. I don't know if they can.
This is a place where you can be yourself. Whatever you want your vacation to be, make it happen right here.
You guys all hear that okay?
Make it yours.
Damn, I want to go to Panama now.
Right.
Thank you, Heather, so very much.
On November 13th, 2022,
all right, we got it.
Students, Kaylee
Pause
Gonzalez.
that for a minute. Can you guys hear that okay? Somebody let me know, please.
Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear it okay.
Welcome, D Small. It's good to see you. 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. Yep. All right. Go for it, Mama. I'm going to excuse myself for one quick second as you play that. I'll be right back. Go ahead.
Okay.
Madison Mogan, Ethan Chapin, and Xana Kernodle were found brutally stabbed in their off-campus home. So what happened at 1122 King Road?
You know, we still don't know where the dog was found. I've asked and they won't give that answer. So,
Ethan's and the dog going to the Humane Society.
yeah, we do know that he wound up going there, but just where he was found in the home.
But I mean, could he have had blood on him?
That's the question. We don't know.
We'll never know.
Could he have jumped on
That
there
chain's
and
been broke.
scratched him, and because he was a jumper? Could that person have hair on him? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Was he a barker?
Nope.
Not at all. Murphy was actually, he's still kind of a puppy. He just recently is turning one.
He'll be one on the 27th.
Yeah. So, I mean, he was pretty young and he was used to people, you know, being around a lot. He lived with 5 girls.
Do you think if a stranger came in, he would have caused a ruckus?
No.
I don't believe so. I honestly think if anything, he
He's just
probably
a
would have
goofy-
hid.
Yeah, he's a big goofy dog.
Is anyone acting differently since the murders? I mean, is there anyone that you have a weird feeling about that the girls knew or that comes to mind?
Yeah, I would say not in the immediate circle by any means, but a few of the names that have been circulating around, I think it's hard not to kind of, you know, dig into this. And I don't know how much.
I never listened to that like that before. So she's saying that not in the immediate circle. That's the part that I was listening to the first 15,000 times I watched this interview.
Mm-hmm.
Then she says some of the names that have been circulating around. Why did I never catch that like that? Okay. Thank you very much. Go ahead and keep going. Sorry for that, folks.
Okay.
Much of that is just because we have so little information from law enforcement and how much of it really is, you know, a sister or a father's intuition.
Can you elaborate at all? I don't know. You don't have to give a name, but I mean, is it someone that she knew or?
I have something to say about that. I just feel like there's been a couple individuals that were cleared very fast. That maybe he shouldn't have been. And yeah,
She had the strong alibi.
just really fast.
If you can
like,
dismiss,
an hour later, and we're like, what? And I don't know. I don't know anything about those individuals. I just know
Right.
they were people that, definitely should have been looked at. And yeah.
I don't know what would prevent you from sharing somebody's alibi.
Yeah, I think that's what we're struggling with. So it's like,
How's that?
Right.
Okay. He clearly says, I don't know what would prevent you from sharing somebody's strong alibi. Or sharing somebody's alibi. So if we backed up to that part that we were struggling with the first 15 million times we watched this, like I said, I don't think he's saying she had a strong alibi. I think he's saying share the strong alibi, because that matches with this comment. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whose alibi is it that is so strong that they wouldn't put out there? And I think I actually know at this point. So, and I'm not going to get into that because I'm not going to claim something until I have actual rock hard footage evidence as to what I'm thinking. But you can back up just like a smidge and go ahead and play in case anybody missed that because of my mouth. But that blows my mind at this moment now. Okay.
I don't know what would prevent you from sharing somebody's alibi.
Yeah, I think that's what we're struggling with. So it's like, we know what we know. We've, fought for Jack, Kaylee's boyfriend, and, we still stand that way. So I did just kind of want to clear that up while we're talking through this ambiguity that, that's not what we're honing in on here.
We don't want to make more victims out of innocent people.
Exactly.
We definitely don't want to do that.
What did I say? Sorry.
What'd you say?
I said, what did that say?
3 members of law enforcement just went into the house. Not sure if it's local detectives or FBI. They walked up from somewhere and didn't park in the driveway. That's weird. How do you know it was law enforcement then?
Right?
Why wouldn't they park in the driveway?
I don't know. That one's got a gun on his hip.
He's a cop. He's the one that was sitting in the car watching, like, running security for the property. But so they parked over on the other side of the wall there in the apartment complex, and investigators leaving the house in Moscow, Idaho, a short time ago. They were carrying several paper bags. I'm going to guess evidence. This was posted. Is there a date on this, Mama? I see the timestamp on it, but it doesn't say, like, for the date or the actual. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Go ahead. I'll figure it out. Okay, so the first guy looks like 2, maybe 3 bags in his hand. 1, 2. Is that a briefcase? Computer or laptop case or something? Oh, there's more coming. All right, those are pretty good sized bags. They look like whatever's in them is not very small. Well, that other one is.
Case maybe be like a.
Thank you so much for watching.
Like a forensics case with their.
CSI kit. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Maybe. I don't know.
That's interesting. I never really paid attention to that before.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that interview was in there again, because I didn't catch that part again before that. Okay. Anyway, here's the thing is I got different information, folks, since the last time I watched that, and something clicked with that this time. So interesting. Okay. And thank you for that insight, Eddie, and Mama Bear. Thank you for putting that out there. I appreciate that. Didn't they come back? There was, yeah. Sylvia, there was another group that came back. I think that 2 of the guys had cowboy hats on, and I thought those were marshals, I was told. And they were all wearing street clothes, every one of them, which marshals do wear street clothes. But yeah, it was a couple months ago, is what I thought. Tamara's right.
Yeah, Eddie said it was 12/3.
December 3rd.
He said no date posted, but Sleuthy said it was 12/3.
Oh, is she in here too?
No, but maybe that's where
checking air quality. John, good to have you, John Michelle. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong, sir. Checking air quality. Okay, could be. But why do they have things in bags?
Yeah.
Because they may have found the weapon hidden, which wouldn't point to Brian. Very possible, Miss Carolyn. The one with the cowboy hat. Right. That was the secondary crew that came towards right before Brian was arrested. Those 3 guys, I think it was 3 of them, were in the house. They came out real quick, jumped in a van, they were gone. 2 vehicles, actually. Very close to the time where Brian got arrested. Now, these guys were more closer to the beginning of the month. I do remember that. So, if knives was hidden in walls, good point there too. But of course, they haven't told anybody. You're fine, Lynn 69. There's no time constraint or anything like that. Other than on your guys' end of things, you might have to go back and watch a little bit more of it, but you're not really missing much.
Molly sent you an email of the other investigators.
Thank you, Molly, again. And I heard they were very rude. They were spoken to and they were completely ignored, or they ignored everybody that spoke to them. Both groups did, from what I understand. Which, maybe that's part of the job because of the scenario, the seriousness of the case. But still, you could, acknowledge somebody. I appreciate it, Molly. I want everything you send me because it always ends up being something important, regardless of when I need it. So that conversation we had the other day should never happen again, Miss Molly. I hope this has audio. Let me know if you hear this. They definitely should not demo the place. I agree with that one too, John. I absolutely.
They said they weren't doing that till after the trial. I thought I read that.
Even after the trial. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens because you never know.
Yeah.
You never know what they're going to find, and somebody could demo that house and find things they're not supposed to find. Let me know if you can hear this coming through.
I can.
Okay. Well, there's the one guy there with the white hat on. He looks like an old. Maybe I'm wrong. That even had my music on it. How about that? Thank you so much for that, Molly. Interesting.
KKS says they are deep undercover. They don't want us to see their faces.
I mean, other than the fact that we saw their faces, that helps. Because you could pretty much make out most of them were guys with dark beards and mustaches. The one guy was clean shaven, I think. Good to have you back in the USSR. No, they published in Daily Mail yesterday the university still plans to destroy the house this summer. Interesting. Very interesting. I bet you guys, if we pay attention to it, the demolition, if somebody films it, there's going to be people there looking for things while they're demoing the house. I can almost guarantee that. It was, which is it's fine with me, Molly. I thought that was cool.
Thank you, Sherry.
There is no connection between BK and Dana per police and PA. There we go. Just as I thought. But here's the thing. When is that information from, Salty? Because that was talked about quite a ways ago. And then all of a sudden it popped up that they needed the testimony from the parents. So I'm just curious to see. I don't believe. Go ahead.
I think Brian Inton just tweeted it on Twitter. I was going to pull it up because Sherry.
Oh, okay. Go ahead if you want to. That's what we're talking about. So absolutely. I hope I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not trying to sound like an idiot about this, but I hope he's not. Because I never thought he was involved in the Dana Smithers. I hope he's not. I hope they find who did. You know what I mean? But I hope it's not him. I really do. Because I something about this is off to me and it doesn't feel right. So where'd it go? Undercovers will hide their face, but I think these early LE or FBI agents, possibly ATF, that was another thought I had as well, Rumsey. Definitely have under surveillance, but something I've been considering something. Gotcha. Thank you. All right. KKS, welcome. Good to have you here.
Press release. The Stroud Area Regional Police Department is aware of the many currently reported news articles in which various media outlets have reported connections between the SARPD's Dana Smithers missing person investigation and Idaho murder suspect Brian Kohberger. The SARPD has no evidence that Dana Smithers' disappearance is in any way tied to Idaho murder suspect Brian Kohberger.
Thank you very much. Good to hear. Welcome, Miss Cindy. Good to have you here.
Yay.
All the way over from Rome, Italy. Awesome. What was I getting ready to say? So yeah, that's I think a lot of us thought that was going to be the outcome. And if they're completely clearing him by having his parents testify based on, alibis or whatnot, good. I hate to say this and sound ignorant if it does, but I am glad that he's not involved. That's just one more thing to put in one more thing that's going to weight down the Idaho case, okay, in my opinion, because if he was involved in that, you know that that's going to cause turmoil within the Idaho case. It just doesn't need to be, okay? Just as much as I don't believe that he's involved in the Kortne Stauffer case either, guys. But, you know, with everything that's been going around, this is why I brought this up today, so that we could look at this and talk about it. So,
I agree with you, Sophie. She said, I'm sorry, but it's sickening what media does with BK and his family.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You don't have to say you're sorry for nothing. It is disgusting what they've done. Because media, excuse me, guys, I'm grabbing something. The media, in my opinion, has done more than what social media has done. Because when the media has brought this to all of us to see when all this went down, the media brought it to social media for us to take what we can to make it into what we're doing. In turn, they started the downhill roll, okay? And they've done nothing. I have not seen one thing come out. Here's the thing. I understand that he's a murder suspect, folks. But there hasn't been nothing but negative about Brian Kohberger put on the news. And I know, as a person, he's done positive things. Okay? They haven't talked about, you know, his studies, the things that he was striving for, the fact that he helped a woman at one point in time, just any of that stuff. It's all the negative, purposely done to point our noses in a negative direction towards him. Period. That's how that works. So, yeah, I agree. It's disgusting.
Yep. And Jules says, I don't care what anyone says. This man will not be receiving a fair trial. No, he won't. Unfortunately. They're getting their clothes they hid or their kids' clothes and weapon in that secret place Kim was talking about. Oh, that little secret room thing.
There is one particular YouTube creator that she based all her content on News Nation and their sources. It's sickening that you can't do that, though. Yeah. Especially not News Nation. Come on. Of all the media outlets, really?
Yeah, they've been very disappointing in this case.
I've used stuff from News Nation, but it's stuff that's a generalized, like, as a fact that the whole world knows. You know what I mean? Nothing of any importance, really. Welcome, Gina Villanueva. They're trying to say the video of the Corner Club. It's Brian, not Adam. I'll show you guys. Hold on. That kind of stuff drives me insane. It's obvious.
Yes,
it's not
Mara,
Brian.
she did. Several people have talked about that little secret room. I know what you're talking about.
I talked about it yesterday, I think. It's kind of interesting to me. All right, hold on, guys. I'll show you real fast. News Nation, hit a low. Oh, God, yes. Yeah, so has Dateline. Okay.
Anna,
you guys
who says that you're obsessed with who? I'm confused.
What'd you say, hon?
Anna said, I comment on every video. She says that I am obsessed with her. And I was wondering who she was talking about.
The media has caused... I don't know. All right, guys. Let me see if it'll let me get it big enough. But there's... That is not Brian Kohberger. This is Adam right here. This is the owner of the bar. This is Jack Showalter. This is Maddie Mogan. This is Kaylee Goncalves. And this is Jack Decor. That
Showalter's hoodie guy, right?
What's that?
Showalter is also known as hoodie guy, correct?
Well, one of the hoodie guys. Yeah, there's like 5 of them. But yeah, first of all, this guy is not as tall as Kohberger is. And if you look, Kohberger has a longer face.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that nose, you can't miss the nose. Adam doesn't have that nose. I mean, you can visually tell that that's not Kohberger. That's Adam. So
No, that's not Fry. It's the owner of the bar.
yeah, no,
I
and
have
no,
it
everybody's
somewhere.
See, that's the rumors that were flying around. That's definitely not Cheap Fry. That is the guy that owns the bar. I can't. What's his name?
I want to say Mark something.
Yeah, it is. God,
It's
his last
weird.
name is a little weird. I can't say it right now, but again, that's Mark, the owner of the bar. That's Adam. Jack Showalter. This guy's unidentified, but he was unimportant. Maddie Mogan. Jack Decor. There's Kaylee. These people were unidentified, but irrelevant as well. Believe me, guys, I flip-flopped this video and analyzed it. You can ask Mama Bear. I talked about it for weeks.
Yeah.
And went over it and over it and over it. So yeah, it's definitely not him.
Went over it.
Triple piece. That's it. Thank you,
Yeah.
Reverend Hughes.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. And thank you for being here, Reverend Hughes. Appreciate you.
Yes. It started with a T. I just couldn't.
Yeah, I think you pronounce it triple piece. There's a different last name for sure. But another rumor was it was Kohberger's dad. No. No. There is definitely no Michael Kohberger in this picture for sure.
No.
Okay. These rumors are so crazy sometimes. You know what I mean? Okay, these I didn't finish it. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Samantha Berry, good to have you here. Did those poor girls know their life would be taken from them? Little did they. Yeah, I know. It's hard to watch this sometimes because of that. Because you see, even what was harder for me to watch, I'll be honest with you, was the grub truck video, because within an hour to two of that time, they were no longer with us. And it was really hard. Like, I got emotional watching that a couple times because they were so full of life and just so vibrant. And then
happy and laughing.
That was it. And it's just, it was absolutely 100% senseless and unneeded. There was nothing. They never got to start their lives. And I'm just so disgustingly sick. That's why I have the passion for this case that I do, you guys. It's a fact. Makes me sick. And I understand. I have 7 children, starting at age 30, coming all the way down to 17. And because of that, I have an emotional attachment to these kids. And as I've claimed, these are America's kids. They really are, because we're all so invested in this case. We all want the same thing. We all feel the same thing for the parents. You know what I'm saying? So these kids are America's kids, in my opinion. And I've said that before. So, I saw a comment that I was going to try to respond to, and I cannot find it now. Absolutely, Carolyn, American Princess. Good to see you. If I didn't welcome you,
Tammy, there's no way to see if he has on bands. Not in that picture, anyway.
The guy sitting down, Adam.
I don't know. It doesn't say a name. It just says, does the owner have on bands? Yeah, we can't see it.
He does not. Here, I mean, unless there's some newfound version of them. No, these are all white tennis shoes with black shoestrings in them. Jack Showalter's wearing high tops. The other Jack Decor is wearing all white low top basketball shoes. Maddie had on her little black shoes, and Kaylee had on her little white, they call them white girl tennis shoes. White girls, I guess. I don't know what the hell that means, but that's what I was told.
Right, kids.
They're like kids, yeah. Something like that.
These Slims made a comment, said, why would anyone talk about his good deeds? He's a killer, in my opinion. Sorry about that, peeps. V, you don't have to be sorry. That's
not at all
your opinion.
Not at all. Don't ever apologize for feeling any way, shape, or form, or for having a theory or a thought on something. I'm just saying, maybe it came out wrong what I'm trying to say. What I mean is that the media will take someone, he's a suspected killer that's innocent till proven guilty. And all you have seen is everything he possibly could have done wrong in his life is put out there in front of us to look at. So in turn, I'm saying it's a form of a strategy to turn everybody's nose down at him immediately and basically do what has been done to him, as hang him in public in front of all of society before he's even gotten to his trial. Do you see what I'm saying? Lee Harvey Kohberger, right? That's basically what it is, because he saved a woman's life one time. He's got a highly rated educational background. He has a master's degree in psychology. He was working on a PhD in criminology. I mean, those are high range achievements, folks. That none of that was put out there, is what I'm saying. They automatically go towards everything he did negative in his life to put it out there to make him look worse in the public eye, is what I'm trying to say, I guess. But no, I agree with what you're saying. He is a suspected killer. I get it. I'm not sticking up for him by any means whatsoever. I do truly believe he's innocent till proven guilty. And I said the other day, if they could put that info in front of me, I'd be the first one standing in line with a pitchfork. Promise you. Because of what was done to these kids. Good to see you, Fupa. Thanks for joining us. Oh, Heather, thank you. I forgot about that.
Okay. Anna asked a question a while back, and then she asked it again. I forgot about it, so I wrote it down. She wants to know if we have any info about the guy that took a selfie around the time of the murders in a hoodie. And it's on Snapchat.
Not that I know of. I don't have Snapchat. I just never have. So I haven't seen anything. Okay, if somebody has that picture and would want to send it to us, I would be glad to put it up and take a look at it.
Yep, email it to either one of us.
Please do.
Seriously, we got to start using that combined email.
I need to put it in. I do. Maybe we should just do it and then start posting it and be done with it. There was something that looked like blood on the jumper. What jumper?
Must be something to do with that picture.
I just found the origin about the 911 call. News Nation, of course. What's behind the 3 a.m. police call of Idaho Banfield number? Okay, hold on a minute. Let me bring it up for you guys then. Good job, Eddie, because I must have been looking in the wrong place then. Probably because I wasn't looking on News Nation.
Is it clue?
Police.
Shut your mouth, Miss Ashley, and wait till I put you up here.
MINATI.
Welcome, Nikki Anime. It's good to see you. Thanks for joining us today. All right, here we go. Again, let me know how the audio sounds. 1 second here.
Blotters and call logs are public record. Anybody can see them, and rightly so, because taxpayers pay for that work product. And now some eagle-eyed followers of the Idaho quadruple murder case have picked up on one particular item from the police on the night that the 4 college kids were murdered. In fact, the incident in question happened at almost exactly the same time as the killings. I'm going to read to you what the police blotter actually says. Quote, there was an alcohol offense reported at 3:01 a.m.
Okay, that we knew about. The alcohol offense was at the Banfield. Remember, that was the first thing we got when this case first dropped. So I hope that's not what this is. But just moving on. Sorry.
On November 13th, and that's the last night the kids were alive. The location, a field on Taylor Avenue. You can see it there. Band. It's called Band Field. So that is not far from the Sigma Chi frat house where two of the victims, Xana Kernodle and Ethan Chapin, spent a lot of their evening earlier on that night. The police timeline puts them at the Sigma Chi party from 8 to 9 p.m. But then there's a big 4-hour and 45-minute black hole where nobody knows, or nobody's saying anyway, where Ethan and Xana were between 9 p.m. until they got home at 1:45 a.m. So our Brian Enton joins me live again, and we're also joined by Gemma Gaudette, who's the host of Idaho Matters on Boise State Public Radio. Thank you to both. Okay, Brian, I'm going to begin with you. The big question is, what do we know about that very strange police call at 3:01 a.m.?
Well, we don't know much more than what you just said, Ashley. It was in the police blotter 301, had something to do with alcohol. Police did take down a report, although we haven't been able to get that report at this point. This is the field behind me where the call was made, the big white field right there. That's the frat house you just talked about. You can see with the Christmas lights, and it's all very, very close to the house where the murders happened.
I don't know if you're able to, but if you and your photographer Mo could sort of walk me that way, because as I understand it, you might actually be able to walk me at least part or all of the way from where you are to the home where the victims lived.
Yeah, we can walk you there. Again, frat house, field. This is like an apartment complex parking lot that we're in, and we'll walk you back, Ashley. And I've been telling you the last couple of days, there's it's a dense area. You know, when you just look at the shot of the house, you don't realize that all of these houses and apartment buildings are around. This is like a little walkway that the students use to get down to the frat houses. And we'll just walk up here. Be careful, Mo, because it's a little slippery. It's been snowing nonstop pretty much all day. Just looks like it let up a little bit. So we go up these steps
all
here.
year.
And then this is a little road right here, Ashley. And you see here is the house. This is the house where the murders happened. So it's a short walk.
No idea. Wow. I mean, short walk, that's like 55 seconds. I mean, they could have gotten home so quickly from that frat house. I had no idea it was that close, Brian. That's remarkable.
Very close. Yeah,
okay,
very,
well, Gemma,
very close.
now that we
and also, again, all the places they walked by. No, I was just saying, all the places, the apartments, the houses that they would have walked by. I mean, again, it's a dense area. There's a lot of people who live in this area.
Yeah, and all the witnesses who might have seen something or had a camera out or would have just thought yet another group of students walking by. So Gemma, you just saw what Brian showed us and how close that was to the frat house. Talk to me a little bit about that frat party that night, because my thinking is that Ethan is a frat brother at the Sigma Chi. They all had to have known, you know, if he'd gone at 9 o'clock at night and they didn't see him again, right?
Well, what we know at this point, Ashley, about that fraternity party is that Ethan and Xana went together, as you mentioned, and then our understanding is that Hunter, Ethan's triplet brother, it was also a part of that fraternity house, and Hunter took Maisie, their sister, as his +1. But even Idaho State Police, the communications director of Idaho State Police, has said there are gaps in that timeline that night at Sigma Chi, and they want students to help them fill in those gaps. So they're still wondering, we're still wondering, you know, what happened within that time frame.
It's fascinating to read that, you know, Maisie and Hunter, the two triplets with Ethan, were at that party as well and spent the whole evening together with Ethan and Xana until those two left the party, which you would think they would know the time they left the party, and yet we're not being told that. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find
Okay, that's why I didn't find it, because I was looking for a 911 call. So it wasn't actually a 911 call, it was a police call. And again, there's people were talking yesterday about, it was Maisie and Hunter Chapin that went as +1s for each other to that party. So yeah. And they just said right there that the police were asking them to help fill in that timeline, and nobody said a word. That's really sad, if you ask me. I'm sorry I can't do it. That it drives me nuts. No, I get you, Tamara. I'm not a fan of Ashley's either, at all. She needs to eat something, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, no, they switched it to Banfield. Hold on a minute here. All right, what are we talking about here? Are you still here, Mama Bear, by chance?
I am. I'm looking into something real quick.
Okay, no problem. They switched it to Banfield. Rumsey is saying, I read that in the 911 call log reports. Okay. Poopa says, I wonder if forensics use any luminol. They used that, and they used what was that other chemical called?
Or what?
That when they were looking for blood and things like
Luminol?
that. No, there was another chemical they used on top of luminol that's a lot stronger.
I forget the name of it.
I can't. It's a weird name too.
Yeah.
That's why I can't think of it. Tommy Jude, good to see you. Somebody told me yesterday in chat, by the way, Tommy Jude, to talk to you, and I had put my night. Didn't see it till the end. I put my number up there for you if you had something you wanted to talk about. You're welcome. If you had something you wanted to talk about in regards to this, Tommy, yesterday, I'd be willing to let you jump up here if you wanted to. If it was something you thought was important, you wanted to put out there. KKS, good to see you. Blue Star, it was something like that, I think. Yeah. Or however it's spelled. Ashley would sell her mom. You're not lying, bro. You're not lying. She really would. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm not. Early on in her career, I thought Ashley was good. Over the past year, I've lost complete faith. Complete faith. Amino Black. Thank you, Nikki. There it is. Amino Black. That was the chemical they used. It's a very strong chemical to help lift blood residue and stuff like that. And Don't Dive has it too. Thank you guys so very much. I just have to wonder if Hunter knows anything. He was there. He has to know when yeah, that's something I've always said, Lori. That if anything, that Hunter and Maisie should know when Ethan and Xana left. Now, there's also since we got into this conversation, I wasn't planning it, but that's okay. We're all here talking about it. It's important, obviously, to people, so that's why we're doing this. That's what a think tank is. Hunter or Ethan also had been to another place that night too that hasn't been talked about that very much. That brewery or what the hell was it called? I think it's a brewery. It's got a Hunga or something like that name. Is it Hunga? Something like that. It's a weird name too. But what I could never get straight was the time that he was there. Hunga. Thank you, Jerry. Hunga. He was at that Hunga place, and he was at the frat house, and then he was at the house. What I can't get straight is when he was at Hunga and the frat house, what times that overlapped with. You know what I mean? Hunga. That's it. Say that 3 times fast. Why would they call a person Hunter? That's her name, alien. That's his name. There's 2 of them. Hunter Chapin and Hunter Johnson. I think there's actually a third Hunter that was talked about at one time too. CL, who? Chapin, father or son? Hunger. Yeah, you can't say it fast like this. No way. What a funny word. Yes, it is funny. I agree with you, Strike. Hungadunga. Pull up that press conference. His hand is hidden the entire time. Who are we talking about, CL? Good to have you here. Don't dive. Thanks for joining us. I wonder where Annie's at today. She must be busy. Ashley is married to Beige. Yes. Yeah, so it doesn't list the 911 call. Like I said, I looked everywhere. It was just a police call, which we had seen that. Oh, you want me to put that out? Sorry. Moscow. Incident address is the Taylor Avenue, Banfield, Moscow, on 301 CAD. Okay. Did that come in as a 911 call? Officer requested a case report taken. I don't think so. I think that was the incident where the cops stopped those kids. So it wasn't a 911 call. It was just a police stop.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
100%. He answered Hunter at the true crime. Okay, I'm sorry, Cindy. I'm misunderstanding what you're saying, hon. My apologies. He answered Hunter. I did not, Nikki. I was very busy this morning working on this stuff, so my apologies. Hunter means hunt something. Hunt down. Oh, I see what you're saying. Why would you name your child Hunter? Because that's what it means. I gotcha. I mean, it was a popular name back then, obviously, because there's a lot of hunters out there. Hunter and Caden, and there was another name that was super popular for a while. Hash says the FBI knows who did this crime. They allowed BK to be arrested and tried to allow time for trail to the real. That's very possible, Hash. Very possible. There's strategies behind everything that everyone ever does, whether they believe it or not. Yeah, guys, if you would please leave. Let me see. Let me move that. Or take that down. There we go. Still didn't break 100 likes, and I got 200 people. Oh, now we did. Okay, now we'll get out into the algorithm. Thank you guys so much. All right, Molly. The mainstream media BK feeding frenzy is partly fueled, funded by the CIA, because these murders were done by a contract assassin team posing a serial killer cult in multiple states. All right. Again, very possible. Like I said, nothing comes off the table until they prove that it comes off the table. All right, Molly, I'm going right now, dear. Give me a second. Here we go. Let me see here. Okay. So then it's been completely debunked about the Dana Smithers Kohberger connection already. Oh. This was the call I was talking about a month or so ago, you guys. Thank you, Molly. This was interesting to me. When the Brady Giglio thing came out, it made me remember something about this, okay? And it just wasn't anything that serious, but okay, this was an incident recorded. Is there a date for this? Like a date stamp for this, Molly? Moscow, 22, suspicious person circumstances. Incident address is the 2000 block of White Avenue. White Avenue has been talked about before multiple times by a couple different creators in multiple situations. Disposition is the act. The time reported was 5:30 p.m. Request assistance locating dog that was dropped off at a shelter. Officer responded. Computer report. Now, this call went in right after another call that went in. One call went in from the same address. Okay. As you see, it's not an exact address. It's the 2000 block. It's not the address itself. Right before this call, another call came in for somebody that wanted a welfare check on somebody they hadn't seen in a couple days. Then this person calls and says that I know that Murphy, the dog, was taken to a certain place. Can you assist me in finding where exactly that was? That's kind of weird to me. I mean, and this was the day, I believe. I'm sorry, that's why there's no date. This was the day of the murders, folks, at 5:30. Okay. So this has always been a little weird to me. The thing about this that was weird to me is that it came in from this area, the 2000 block. Guess who lives in that area? Officer Nunez, one of the first officers to respond to the scene. That was always odd to me. And I have issue with that. How did anybody know about this? How did anybody know about this when the only officers that nobody was supposed to know anything about what's going on other than the officers that were first responding to the scene? Okay. But somebody from that address, which is right next door, basically, to where Officer Nunez lives, knows that the dog has been dropped off at a shelter already. How? You see what I'm saying? That was a problem for me. When the Brady Giglio thing came out, that's the first thing that came to my mind. And it made me think, like, whoa, what's going on with this? Okay. It's just very odd to me. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. I don't know. You guys can figure that out for yourself. That's a good point, Noni. There's a lot of bushy eyebrows over there in Moscow. That's a fact. That is a fact. Nunez has some too. Lena said false flag. Very possible. It's very possible, Lena. I don't know. I'm just saying, when I found that out, I was a little bit irked. Like, how did anybody know what was going on at a crime scene that's supposed to be kept confidential until it's not? You know what I mean? That was way too early, because that period of time right there was right around the time that Officer Payne. Okay, we had Nunez, Gunderson, and Smith were the first three responding officers, I believe. If I'm wrong, fix me.
You're right.
And then at 4:30 p.m. was Payne, Blaker, and another officer, I think, showed up. Okay. So nothing should have been talked about in that. You don't disclose information from a quadruple homicide scene to the public. How did anybody know about that? That's always bothered me. Always bothered me. And why are you looking for the dog? Very weird. So, I don't know. You guys can make your own distinction from it. Oh my God, if dogs can only talk, you're not lying. Absolutely, Miss Lena. Absolutely. From day one. Again, Miss Sophie saying connect the dots, guys. Maybe they were in your feeling, Jack. Wait. Maybe they were in your feeling, Jack D, and he was asking about Murphy. Maybe. Anything is possible, folks. I'm going to say it again and again. Michella. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing. Michella or Michaela. Justin Heath Olson, the guy that Kim mentioned, is also registered as living there. Correct. Thank you. Again. There's too many of the same names that are in too many of the same places that I'm uncomfortable with, okay? And I have been. Thank you for that, Michelle. I appreciate that very much. Is this the same thing? We have 2 of these.
Did you already show it?
Yeah, it was up on the screen once. Or did I show it to you guys?
This is about the dog.
I thought
Did
I
you show
showed
one
it.
about maybe you did.
Yeah, I thought I did. It's
Okay.
all right. Either way, if I didn't, my apologies. But I thought I put it up there. It's very suspicious. Don't dive, in my opinion. There's a lot of things that are suspicious. It was just off for me because here's the thing. For any crime scene that I've ever known, okay, once you get that crime scene locked down, nothing leaves that crime scene until you're allowed for it to leave, right? So how did any information from what was going on there leave that crime scene to get out for somebody to be calling around looking for the dog? How did they know the dog wasn't there still? How did they know that somebody else didn't pick up the dog? There's only specific people that knew that the dog was dropped off at a shelter at that point, correct? I'm just saying what Salty says on Twitter now. What's on Twitter right now, Salty? Wizard World, good to have you. There was a bulb camera that's kind of like a ring camera at the house next door. That's the only camera that I know of. Any actual like campus cameras or any of that stuff was shut down supposedly until I think 7 a.m. What? Okay, Mama Bear, can you check Twitter real quick for me?
Yep.
What exactly is on Twitter right now, Salty, that you're talking about? Or specifically talking about, I should say.
I think I have the right one up there, Molly, I think.
What? It's the same one that I have over here.
She said, look at the last pic in Discord. I thought that was the dog pic.
Oh, okay.
The welfare check.
Yes, Salty. They're talking about the Kohberger thing on Twitter. Okay. Yeah, that was what the whole subpoena for the grand jury thing was about, was the Dana Smithers case.
Okay, I got the welfare check that she wanted you to see.
Okay, go for it.
It's up there.
Oh, that's it? Oh, that is it. Okay, so this is what I was talking about, you guys. Right before this call went in, I mean, literally within minutes, I was told by a person very close to this situation, suspicious person circumstances. Okay, that's what that's what the dog call was. Second call was welfare check at 2300 BLK White Avenue, which is directly right next door. Okay. Time recorded was 5:01. This one was at 5:30. Okay, so it was literally minutes before.
29 minutes.
Right. This first one, 29 minutes before, was RP, reporting person, requesting a welfare check on a female she hasn't heard from in 2 days. Officer advised, no report. Then we got, 29 minutes later, somebody from directly next door calls about the dog. I mean, these things aren't, I'm sure that could happen, but it just seems kind of like coincidental in my opinion. Maybe I'm just reading into it too much. You know what I mean? Chicantique Eye. Indigo, the knife call on the path coincides with the Banfield stop. This is why I believe the killer or killers walked to the crime scene, drove. See, I've said that from the beginning. As we found the path that was behind the house that crosses the road, and there's a stairwell that's kind of hidden within the trees that leads all the way out to a completely different road, which ended up coincidentally running right into Emma Bailey's house. Not saying that was what happened and that's who it was because of that, it's just another way to get away without being seen through the back. I have not, Nikki, personally, so I don't even know who that is, honestly. Okay, so Kaylee goes silent, and then at 3:01, a call comes in. Then the cops are holding those students for 45, preventing them from what? And we're talking about the Banfield here, Rumsey, right? Where they were standing there. People were saying that they had the driveway blocked with the cruiser, the unmarked car, and then that they had.
It's okay.
Scared me for a minute. And then they had them standing there for a very long ticketing process. Yes, that was very, in a sense, suspicious to some people as well. So yeah, that did happen. And Kaylee went silent. Her phone went silent. I think it was at what, 2:56 p.m. or a.m. was the last call, or 2:58 maybe?
Something like that.
Okay. Yes, the street stairs, nice neighborhood. They're right, Tamara. Thank you so much, Miss Sherry. I appreciate that. Yeah, guys, if you haven't, guys, which we've already broke the 100 likes, thank you so much for that. Please leave a like on your way in the door if you wouldn't mind, or on your way out. Either way, I appreciate that so very much. 2 days, female gone. Female could have been subdued. Possible, yes. I'd like to know who the female was, personally.
Is your phone getting ready to ring or something?
I mean, I don't have ESP. I don't know why. You get
Because it
static.
started having static.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Rumsey, Daniel just confirmed he heard that as well. What did Daniel confirm? I'm sorry. Chick Antique and I, Diego the Knife Call. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, well, I'm not sure. Interesting. Dog and friend sleeping on the couch survived. I think the cops preventing those guys was to allow the perpetrators to get away. That has been said from more people than you. Promise you. You're not the only one to say that. That it was supposed to have been a distraction per se, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, you take it for what it is. CL says, I had a feeling that they were reporting wrong in the GJ was about Brian's parents in house SWAT in, wait, what? House SWAT in PA. Oh, yeah, no. Not that I understood, CL. No, it was a testimony, separate testimony from both of them for the grand jury for the Dana Smithers case, which has now been, based on what Brian Enton has said, due to court proceedings, it's been squashed, correct?
Mm-hmm.
It's no longer exists. So that's my title.
What it sounds like.
Yeah, my title is null and void then, which I had a strong feeling, guys. So, rather than even put time and effort into that at this point, there's no time. We just continue doing what we're doing right now. Seems to be working well. I believe the cops stopped those drunk guys to allow suspects to crime get away. Okay. Alrighty then. Yes, I'd forgotten. Yeah. You think the FBI sent all those agents under the guise of murders to investigate the MPD? I don't know. And that's something else I'd like to get a little more clarification on that I have been forgetting to think about, to be honest with you. Something I'd like to verify if it was true. And I'm not doubting or debating anything that Dave had put out there or anything like that. But at one point during Dave's interview with Daniel, he said that there had been 50 FBI agents on the ground in Moscow. That's a lot. So to put that many agents on the ground, if this is true, what the hell were they doing there? What were they looking at? Who were they investigating and why? Okay. And now they're all gone. So this was before the murders happened. Okay. So there was an ongoing investigation. If this is true, okay, we'll go with this first, say it like that. If that's true, there's an ongoing investigation, a federal investigation, because the FBI is doing it, into something in Moscow or on campus per se, even, that they have to have 50. That's a lot, folks. 50 FBI agents investigating, and with 2 profilers. Yeah, that was Carolyn. Thank you. What was going on that they were just, after they got this handled, that they just left? Now, I've seen large investigations handled by 3 agents from the FBI. Large, big investigations handled by 3 agents. Whatever you need 50 for sounds like an undercover infiltration, in my opinion, that they're putting agents into certain situations as a saturation to watch and be involved in certain situations, possibly to investigate it that way as an undercover point. Okay, but how did he know about that then if they're undercover?
Right.
That's something I want to verify, if I can, because I want to know what was going on. And I've said this from the beginning. November 12th, we know a little bit about. November 13th, we know what happened. What I want to know about is November 9th, 10th, and 11th. That's what I want to know on campus, what went on in those days. Okay? Because I think that may have some decent amount of attention needed to it as compared to what's going on with this case. I'd like to know what everybody involved in this was doing on those days and what they were involved in. I'm just saying, because I think that would open up some doors for us to look at as to what could have provoked this, for lack of better terms. You know what I mean? Just 2 to 3 days beforehand, what all went on with who and how and why. So, my Rumsey is saying the Sigma Chi and money laundering is the same fraternity. Caden Young was president of the something Lambda. And no, for you 80s babies or 70s babies, it's not the Lambda fraternity from Revenge of the Nerds. So don't get excited. I can't remember. It was something Lambda, but he was the president. Yes, that's cool. Correct. And was suspended for drug trafficking. Well, I mean, that seems to be the way things go. Alpha Kappa Lambda. Thank you, Miss Sylvia. Supposedly Fry was gone that night until later in the day. Did Fry go to Canada for the evening? That is what I had heard. Why do I keep saying that? Had heard, Carolyn, not had heard.
Did you say had heard?
That's what I started saying. Yes. Don't ask me why. Booger. That's right, McGrath. Or Alyssa. Why did I call you by your last name? That's so weird. Anyway. Lambda, and Omega moves. Right. Delta. Yeah. See what I started now? Chief, welcome, Chief. Good to have you here. Says, right. What was up in that town for 50 FBI agents? And it can't be coincidence that Xana's dad changed her locks just the week before. You're absolutely right. It's not. And I think that okay. I think that the fact that Xana changed her locks is telling to the point of what we had talked about last week, over the past few days, that the girls were uncomfortable with what had been going on in their home, with the partying and people being there when they're not there and this and that, and the ability to go into their rooms and lock themselves in or lock their rooms before when they're not there, because we know that the house wasn't even locked, so let alone their rooms. Okay. I'm thinking there was too many people in that house and things going on that weren't supposed to be, and they were not happy with it, as we had talked about, and maybe we're trying to change it. And a lot of people think that that's where the problem lies. Okay. That could have been the provocation for what was going on, was that they were trying to shut things down and change things, and somebody didn't like that. Okay. Good to have you here, Mystical. Thanks for joining us today. That I will absolutely agree with, Walt. These murders opened up a big can of worms, a huge can of worms that I don't think anybody expected to be opened. Let me see here. Let me see. I don't have my glasses. Knights tell kings, kings send in bishops, pawns equal little ones. Moscow pawns are scared for their lives. That's a very interesting comment, Tommy. Did you understand what somebody yesterday had told me to talk to you, Tommy? Was there something that you had wanted to say to me or talk to me about? And I didn't catch it till the very end of the stream, and I could not come back in to get with you. I just didn't want you to think I was ignoring you or avoiding. But if there's something you wanted to talk to me in regards to, please let me know. Bonner County, Idaho, close to border house is the border dope that's being trafficked for years on end. Yes, Carolyn. There's a big drug issue and has been in that area for years, folks. So that's nothing new. Welcome, Jules. Good to see you. That's a good point, Jules.
Hey, Red.
I've been saying this for months that they were working a detail, and I bet BK was on their radar in some way. Very possible. Right, since the 80s, absolutely, Carolyn. The number one night will own businesses in the area, like restaurants, and have ties to Southern California too. Okay, I know what you're saying. Yes, I do know what you're saying, sir. Thank you. Appreciate that. And again, guys, if anybody needed to call in to speak with me in regards to anything, 1 second. There is the number 234-703-4047. It's hard to put the phone out over this live, but if you need to talk to me regardless personally, then you're more than welcome to call that number and have a conversation with me, even if it's after the fact. Okay.
Hey, Jules.
Right. Yeah, we had gotten that, Jules, but thank you so very much, my dear, for jumping in and reiterating it that they just released that there's no ties between Kohberger and Dana Smithers. That it is good and back to square one. As I just said, I'm actually happy that there's no links from him to that, because that's just one more thing to weight down the Idaho case, as if there's not enough. You know what I mean? Because it would intertwine, and we would be all upside down with that too. Creme 2 reported 2 weeks ago that fentanyl is now the number one cause of adult death in Idaho and Washington. It's just as bad here too in Ohio. Mm-hmm. It is. It's horrifying. Whoever's bringing that shit in needs to be taken out and put in front of the firing line. I'm telling you right now. It's not. I said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. These drugs are not drugs. They're weapons, folks. They're weapons, and they're being used. They're weapons of mass destruction, because that's what they're doing, guys. Fentanyl is not even a drug, in my opinion. It goes above and beyond any understanding. Why would you make something that is that strong that it can kill people?
My dad calls it chemical warfare.
It is. It is absolutely chemical warfare. Weapons of mass destruction is what fentanyl and these other drugs are. What drug dealer, what common sense do you have to have that you want to sell fentanyl to kill your clients?
Yeah.
What? It's stupidity is what it is. Pure and utter stupidity. And the thing that's scary about it, it looks like candy, guys. There's bags of it that they found that are all different colors. It looks like sweet tarts. So our kids, our grandkids could be seeing this. You know what I mean? What's up, Red? It's good to see you, bro. It is. It is absolute chemical warfare. That's a good point. Tell your dad thank you for that.
I will.
That's what I've been saying. Weapons of mass destruction and not chemical warfare. Bingo. It all fits together.
Yep.
That's another point. Absolutely, Hash. America is under invasion or attack, and we have been. You know what? Back in the 80s, that cocaine was rampant. Yes, I get it. And marijuana. But you know what? There was at least some control that people could have of that. There's no control over this.
Yeah.
It's the luck of the draw, guys. It's like Russian roulette. You know, you take one, you make it. Yeah, you made it through that one. You take another one, boom, you're done. That's what I'm saying. You don't know. It's insanity. And then these other drugs that are on the street are being laced with the fentanyl. Okay, which again, luck of the draw. You better hope that you don't have that much of it when you buy whatever you buy that has it in it, because you may make it or you may not. I hope it was worth that high that you had. That's all I'm saying. It's disgusting and sad. And it's killing caregivers as well and hurting caregivers. Mm-hmm. Go look up, go Google how many police officers, paramedics and EMS workers, firefighters have been harmed from trying to help people that are overdosing on fentanyl. It's insane how many there are that have either died or been seriously harmed from just helping people that are overdosing. It's disgusting. It's almost like they don't want people to be helped. So, and they know that if they touch them, and that's just from rubbing off on somebody, guys, that minute amount can drop somebody like a bag of rocks. It's crazy. I'm so sorry, Carolyn, to hear that, but that's what's happening. It's facts. My sister was a 20-year-old college student in Washington, King County. That's such a waste. Enough to sedate an elephant. No lies, Marley. That's a fact. Mm. Such a waste. Unbelievable. If they'd have just left weed alone, maybe we wouldn't have all these crazy drug issues right now. I agree with that, Jules, 100%. When something gets taken away, something worse always replaces it. You are right. Thank you for that. Cartels are.
Sorry.
No, go right ahead. Say.
Did you want to go over the documents still, or you want to save those?
Well, I'm gonna nix the Diane Smithers thing since that's void now. You know what I mean? There's no point.
Well, I meant the new ones on Kohberger.
We can, yeah, we can pop those up if you want to.
I don't know if they're anything important or not, but.
Well, like I said, I've always said, well, anything new that comes out, we will show it to everybody. So, welcome, Aunt Boo Boo. Thanks for joining us, Jeff. Good to see you, brother.
Get those pulled up.
Thank you so much. David, is there a David in here? Do I see a David? Which David is it, though? David, or David? David? Mikey S. I will, sir. Real quick here. Hold on. I did see that, and I never got to click on it. 1 second, bud.
Well, that wasn't David. It was Denny.
Bar incident, 911 details. Oh, okay. Here's the story of the bar incident and 911 call. It was confused with the corner club and was squashed. Incident happened, but at a different bar, the Moose Club. Yes. That I do remember now. I attached the article and 911 log details. Weird how it was reported and then disappeared from the news. Wrong narrative. Wow. You are correct, my friend. Let me see. So this one here. Let me give you that to show you real fast. Okay, maybe if I can blow it up big enough for you guys to be able to see it. Oh. Incident address was North Main Street, Moose Lodge, Moscow, Idaho. Disposition Act. Time reported 2109. The CAD comments, which is what the CAD is, the 911 dispatch. Third party reporting party said her boyfriend told her an intoxicated person, possibly male, is causing issues here. No further details. Officers responded. No report. There's never a report filed, ever. Jesus, they must have the best supply of paper in the world because they don't file any reports out there. The details have been reported to the Moscow PD, who are seeking the public's help to solve the quadruple homicide that has been garnered nationwide. Blah, 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 blah. Hold on. There were multiple phone calls from victims Madison and Kaylee to a male on the right the night of the murder. That was the Jack. We know that. For now, investigators are seeking all outside surveillance video taken from 3 to 6 a.m.
Hi, Steve.
13th. Welcome, Steve. Business and residents in geographical area below there are requesting all available footage, whether these appear to be motion content or not. Tips, pictures, and videos can be submitted. Okay. All right. The sleuth said she believed the students were harassed by a male suspect. So we remember this. This is that gentleman that was removed and arrested from the Moose Lodge that we talked about the other day. What was his name? She believed that Madison Kaylee made 911 call. Oh, there it is. Data and matching source of report at the time. She said she believed either Madison Mogan or Kaylee Goncalves made a 911 call from the Moose Lodge with the police report stating the caller said her boyfriend told her an intoxicated person, possibly male, is causing issues there. Officers reported they responded to the scene. So that is that the 911 call they're talking about? Because that wouldn't have been 3 a.m. the night of the murders.
Well, welcome to the Sauce, Tamara, and thank you, Mikey S., for gifting them a membership.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. And welcome, Tara. It's great to have you in the family.
Well, hello, Mrs. Dago. How are you?
Thank you so very much, Mikey. I appreciate that, sir. All right, 1 second. Let me bring this down a little bit. Hold on, Mama Bear. Who are you? You were talking to my wife?
Yeah.
What's up, Stevie? Good to have you here, brother. Where's she at?
I lost her now. It says 2:55.
I don't see things that way.
Yours doesn't show the time?
No. Not at all. Not on StreamYard. Well,
I'm on StreamYard. So
it shows it on sometimes on the YouTube, but not StreamYard.
Well, I'm on StreamYard, your StreamYard, and it shows
no time there. There's no time there.
Okay, so there's David Clayton, Tamara, Mr.
Oh, yeah.
Mojo, and then
There
your
is
wife.
time. There is time. I'm sorry. Well, welcome. Either way, welcome, my dear. Good to have you here. Thanks for joining us. Very much enjoyed. Okay. Thank you for that, Mikey. I appreciate that. All right, moving on, everyone. All right. Protected from opiates like fentanyl. Take opiate blockers from your coat. Awesome, Fupa. Congrats again on that, my dear. Proud of you. Okay. Can you do me a slight favor, Mama Bear? Would you mind reading this so I can run and do something real quick?
Sure, if you will take down Jules' comment, please.
I will take down Jules' comment, please.
I don't have my controls like I did the other day.
You don't?
No, it's weird.
Nothing's changed.
Yeah, I don't know. It's back to the way it was before.
I'm blowing that up as big as I can for you, and I should only be just a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
And I will be right back. Thank you so very much for that.
Yep. All right. This is...
Thanks for your patience, guys. I'll be right back. This is where we were going over anyway, so you'd rather hear her voice than mine, I promise you.
Okay, this one looks like it's the court minutes
from the other day. It says hearing start time 9:09 a.m. This being the time set pursuant to order of the court for a district court arraignment in this case. Court noted the presence of counsel and defendant appearing in person in Latah County District Courtroom number 3. Court noted defendant is in Latah County custody. Court identified counsel for both the state and defendant. 9:10. Court introduced itself to all parties, both present in the courtroom and on Zoom. Court informed defendant of his rights as a defendant in a felony criminal case and of the procedures to be followed. 9:12. In response to inquiry from the court, defendant stated he understood his rights and did not need them explained in any further detail. In response to inquiry from the court, defendant stated he had received a copy of the indictment, further stating his name, date of birth, and last 4 digits of his social security number were correct as listed. Court informed the defendant of the felony charge against him in count 1 burglary in violation of Idaho Code 18-1401, 18-1403, and of the maximum penalty that offense carries upon conviction of up to 10 years in the state penitentiary with a mandatory minimum of 1 year imprisonment, a $50,000 fine, or both, and the defendant may be required to pay restitution for any economic loss. Court informed defendant of the felony charge against him in court 2, 3, 4, and 5, murder in the first degree in violation of Idaho Code 18-4001, 18-4002, 18-4003, 18-4004, and of the maximum penalty each offense carries upon conviction of up to life imprisonment in the state penitentiary or the death penalty, a $50,000 fine. He may be required to pay restitution for any economic loss, and he may be required to pay a $5,000 civil penalty to the victim's family. Hold on 1 second, guys. I got a kiddo that's got to say something. Be right back. 2 seconds. All right, sorry about that, guys. Okay, court noted the indictment was signed on May 16th, 2023 by the presiding grand juror. In response to inquiry from the court, defendant stated he understood all 5 charges, potential penalties for each charge, and his rights. Thank you, Sylvia. That was very sweet. In response to inquiry from the court, Ms. Taylor stated defendant will stand silent at this time. Court entered not guilty pleas for each charge. Court informed all parties the state has 60 days to file notice of whether they intend to pursue the death penalty, and defendant has a constitutional right to a speedy trial. Ms. Taylor moved to set this case for jury trial towards the end of the speedy trial deadline. Mr. Taylor noted speedy trial runs out on approximately November 22nd, 2023. Ms. Taylor suggested court set an October trial date, further stating it will take at least 4 weeks, possibly 6 weeks to try the case. Ms. Thompson agreed to an October trial date. There will be no objection. Court set a jury trial to commence on October 2nd, 2023 for 6 weeks. In response to inquiry from court, neither counsel had any further matters to address at this time. Court clarified the preliminary hearing set for June 26, 2023 was vacated following the indictment. Court thanked counsel, media, and the public. Defendant to be remanded to the custody of the Latah County Sheriff pending further court appearance. The end. Yeah, I think I downloaded Jules, I think like 10 documents this morning. It was crazy. Huh? Thank you, Eve. That is very sweet. You guys are so awesome. The last name for Saeed is CHIKH-ALI, I believe. Let's see. I have it right here somewhere. Yeah, CHIKH-ALI is the last name for Saeed. Oh, Hash, if he's found not guilty, things are going to get real crazy. We think it's crazy now. It's going to get real crazy. Hey, Jules, do you want to come up on the panel or are you on the phone? I don't even know if I can invite you because I don't have my fancy little things. Darn it. All right, hon. Yikes. Chic antique. That's yikes. That doesn't sound very good. Olivia said it came from Banfield, a 20-second walk from the 1122 King Road house. All right, I can pull up these other documents. You won't be able to see them, unfortunately. So the other one is a document for is this? It's a weird document. Custody status order. The above named defendant appeared in district court this date, and the sheriff of Latah County is hereby notified of the following custody status. It is hereby ordered defendant shall remain in custody. Next court date says June 9th, 2023 at 10:30 a.m. for a motion hearing. And then it's just dated. And he has no bail. That's all that was on that one. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry again. Yep, devil doll for a minute. Or I'm trying to anyway. Okay, custody order. We did that one. Scheduling conference. I don't know what this is either. Sherry, my understanding was the DNA was my understanding, but I don't know for sure. Because, like I've told you guys, this case is like, I feel like my head is in a washing machine. Just, my brain is just mush now. I wish I could just go back to the beginning and forget everything anybody and everybody's told me and just start fresh, but that's not going to happen. Cool, Carolyn. Thank you. All right. I will let him know, Carolyn, when he gets back to check his email. Right, Steve? It's crazy. I just, Hey, Strutter. Yeah, you're about right. Banfield and Coffin Crapper. That's a new one. I haven't heard yet. Equals.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. Are you there?
Carolyn sent you an email.
Okay, sorry. There was a problem with my pool.
Uh-oh.
My mother-in-law was freaking out, so my apologies, guys.
You're fine.
All right. I haven't heard hacking or
Coffin Crapper.
Coffin Hacker.
Yeah.
I got another name for her too, but I'm not going to be rude.
Strutter 614 calls her Coffin Crapper. Says Banfield plus Coffin Crapper equals I changed the channel.
Hacking Gagger. Yeah, I can't stand her. I'm sorry. I just can't. I'm sorry. I'm usually a respectful person, but I can't. Let me see here. Thank you guys for being patient with me, by the way. Very much so.
Often take those spots. Okay.
I don't think I have it yet. Is it under the name Carolyn?
I wonder if it was to the new email.
Oh. Well, no, because we always put the same email up, don't we?
Yeah, but I put it in there because you said we might as well just throw it up there. So I put it in the chat earlier.
Well, can you open it up?
I should be able to.
If anyone wants a copy of my Saeed write-up, please forward. I'll take anything. I told you guys, anything you guys have for me, I will gladly take it. Yeah, it might be under the new one then, because I don't see it in here. Let me check this way.
Holy moly, you got 43 emails in here.
I haven't been in there.
We do. Whatever. All right.
I guess I have to. I don't know how to set it up. So I have 2 of your emails, Joe. Okay. Gotcha.
That one just says thanks. Let's see.
You guys are awesome.
So that would be, today's the 25th, the last thing.
Jennifer Hackengagger. Like I said with her, when she first popped up on the scene in the Gabby Petito case, I thought she was okay, but I could tell I was sadly mistaken.
Carolyn, I don't have it in the other email either.
Yeah, I don't. Nothing's coming up in this one, Carolyn. By the way, since we're looking for that and waiting for everybody that's in here, if you were not in here yesterday, and for all of you, once again, Koppenhacker, yes, Hackengagger, Koppenhacker, whatever you want. I got another nasty name for her too. Koppenhacker, right? Thank you guys also very much for those of you that we reached 3,000 subscribers yesterday, guys, and it really means a whole lot to us. And me, and I just wanted to tell you all very heartfelt thank you for helping us to get there. So for those of you that didn't get that yesterday, the rest of you, thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart. That's for all my moderators as well. You guys are amazing. Thank you, Jules. I really appreciate all you guys.
I don't know if it shows on your end. I know Eve and maybe Sylvia. I'm not sure. There was 2 super chats, I think, while you were gone. 1 or 2.
Oh.
They were up there. Now they're gone.
What, the super chats?
Yeah.
Did you? Then maybe they took them back. Just kidding. I don't see them. That's okay though. Thank you so very much. I do very much. You know how much they were for, so I can.
No.
If you don't worry about it.
Eve did $10. It was happy birthday, Maddie. And Sylvia did $10, and it said sending love to Maddie's loved ones on her birthday.
Thank you guys so very much for that. That's absolutely amazing. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Don't dive.
Yeah, I knew I was getting ready to do something. I heard that static.
You guys are just too much. There we go. Thank you so much for that. Now I'm just teasing Sylvia. It was a joke. I would never expect anybody would ever do that. All right. Thank you for doing those documents, Mama Bear. I appreciate that so very much.
Yeah. We didn't do all of them, but we did a couple, 2 or 3.
That's fine. Just to the important stuff. And like I said, there's going to be documents that are going to be repeatedly dropping, and I will try to bring them to you guys. And we love you too, Sylvia. By the way, since Stevie's in here, what are we doing tomorrow, Steve? I will be joining the Brothers Buzzed over at Publicly Buzzed tomorrow, folks. Tomorrow night. At least I've been told I am. Unless they change their mind. And I would love to have all of you over there with us if we could.
What time tomorrow night?
Real Friday. It's probably going to be way past your bedtime, I think.
Today's my kid's last day of school.
Yeah, mine too.
And I don't have to work, so I can sleep in, so maybe I can stay up late.
Well, that would be fun. Barrel Friday. Publicly Buzzed and the Dago. Yeah.
All right, Steve, what time?
I'm excited. 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at the Brothers Buzz.
10:30.
See, I told you.
I'll just have to take a nap.
I'll just be drinking me some coffee and get myself all wired up so I can be just as hyper as they are.
Ooh, I'm invited too, Steve. I'd be the only girl up there.
You better be. I dig it. Can you dig it, man?
I don't know.
I can't wait. It should be a good time. Last night was great. I had a blast over there last night watching that guy, Bob. I can't. Is it Mata? Is that what we're looking for there?
It's whoa. There we go.
You have to blow that one up a bit. That's intoxicated person. That's the same one we had. Yeah.
Is it okay?
Wait, no. That says 9 p.m.
9:09 p.m. She has. It says RP said her boyfriend told her an intoxicated person, possibly male, is causing issues there. No further details. Officers responded. No report.
That's the Moose Lodge report, right?
Yep.
No report. Ever. I wonder, seriously, if
not do reports.
They never do reports. Never. What?
Stupid computer.
So how do they ever have anything? Well, I mean, obviously they have a log, but what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna jump over there too tomorrow night, Juice. Jesus, I can't talk today to save my life. Jules, yes, Juice.
We got 2 Jules. We're gonna have to.
Jules and Jules. Anyway, I'd love to see you guys all over there tomorrow night. I think it would be a blast. It's a lot of fun over there. Always a good time. Steve and Dan always make it good, guys. You can't go wrong, I'm telling you. And Fridays are always a blast, one way or another.
Juice. That's your new name, Jules. Juice.
Jules of all trades would be welcome. Well, of course. I just thought, I mentioned in the chat, but that'd be great if she was welcome as well. By the way, Jules, I got to tell you, your video you had, I loved your shirt. You were wearing a shirt that had SpongeBob and Patrick and a whole bunch of other characters on it. I thought it was absolutely the coolest shirt I've seen in a long time. So it was awesome. Absolutely awesome. I'm jealous. I want it. I would wear it everywhere. I'm a huge cartoon freak, and those are some of the best cartoons. She said she's going to be in the chat. Okay. Either way. Daniel said last night when I was over there at Turkey, he said, we got to get you on. He wants to get me on his show too. So we'll see what happens, folks. Maybe I'll be bouncing around on everybody's shows for a while. Who knows? But either way, I hope you all are going to be there. We can make it work now. Got you. Frozen Ground. Did you watch that? It's a great movie, isn't it? Great movie. By the way, Heather, did you get anything back, if you're still in here, hon, on that response that you had, folks? Or that you had on that one video we did the one night?
Lynn, I will win the beard off. Thank you.
Yes. Wow. Yeah, they did drop. They showed up over here. Good deal. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. That does help so very much. And again, guys, just to give you a little heads up on some things, we will be doing the monthly music fest or dance thing, that party, whatever you want to call it, that I do once a month to give everybody a break. kick back and have a little bit of fun coming up here very soon. I'll give you guys a for sure date when it's coming close to it.
Do you let them know that? Because I wasn't here yesterday, so I didn't know if you told them or if you wanted to remind them that our movie night is moved to Saturday.
Oh, yeah. And the movie night, sorry, thank you. I thought, feel like I did, but I didn't. Because of me joining Publicly Buzzed, we're moving the movie night that we're going to do tomorrow night to Saturday night. So either way, it'll still be a good time. Where we will be kicking back. You're going to come on in here. I will link you guys up into the Discord. For those of you that are in there, of course, it's members only. Sadly, I hate to say that, but it is. And we're going to watch the movie Donnie Brasco. Bring your popcorn, coffee, tea, whatever it may be. Hang out and watch a movie with me. Thank you, Carolyn. I appreciate that. Who's got the juice? Now you got the juice. All right.
Hey, Diego. Recently, did we figure out that Moscow and Pullman share the same call center for 911?
Yep. Which is, remember, it was yesterday, I think. I think Kim told us that, didn't she?
I'm not sure.
I think she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I said, well, maybe that's why Cheap Fry and Payne were all over there with that too, with the whole Brent Kopeka thing. And that's something that I'm going to be leaning into here a little bit coming up soon too, folks, is I want to do a little more whatever I can and looking into the Brent Kopeka situation. There really is nothing there, but I want to do what I can do to dig, get a stronger shovel, whatever, and find something, because we need to look into that just a little bit more, in my opinion.
Remember, on Zoom calls, blow on your whiskey so that people think it's coffee. What?
What just happened?
Lynn said, remember, on Zoom calls, blow on your whiskey so that people think it's coffee.
That's great. Yes, that's great advice right there, Lynn. Thank you. I love that movie. I've gotten to meet both Johnny Depp and the real Donnie Brasco. That is absolutely freaking cool, chick. I love that.
Thank you, Carolyn. I'm glad you think there is good flow here.
Yes, thank you very much. Donnie Brasco, except my grandkids never like bunnies afterward. That's a good point there, yeah. And Jules says, yeah, the fact there's nothing, there is the reason why we need to dig deeper for real. I agree with you on that 100%. There should be something that we can look at on that scenario, guys. There's nothing, and I mean nothing. I know Jules has been looking for it. Mama has looked at it. Molly's looked at it. Heather's looked at it. We've all looked at that situation. There's nothing there. Nothing. That's the part of it that bothers me. I'll be honest with you. So, we need to find something. And I've even looked into FOIAing stuff for that. You can't. They won't. There's nothing. Nothing at all.
Have we decided on a time Saturday?
I was going to throw that up in there between 6 and 7 p.m. Eastern time. I don't want to make it too late because I don't want to have everybody fall asleep on it, but
right.
Between 6 and 7 Eastern Standard Time Saturday night, is that okay with everyone? If that's going to be coming, of course. Here we are. That's a good point there, Miss Cindy. Or I've had other comments coming at me that said, what if he's not deceased? How would we know? That's why we want to know, so that we can prove things like this.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing. I did see an obituary. Okay, we saw that. I brought that out and showed you guys that.
That's easily faked.
but nobody brought anything out about a funeral service or a memorial service or anything like that. There was nothing else involved with that.
Bye, Carolyn. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much, Carol. Did we find her email or no?
I did not. Carolyn, if you're still here, send it to us again, hun.
Let me put this one in here just to be safe. This is my original email, Carolyn. It's in the chat right now at the bottom. One way or another, we'll get it. Brent's parents asked all to please stop. That's odd too. I get that to an extent. It just makes you more curious, in my opinion, when you can't find anything on it. And I agree. Jules is, I hope the policewoman got her coffee.
Higher ground. I'm sure we can probably work it out to do an interview with Dave. Jules' schedule's a little, here and there.
Well, I'll tell you what here. Let me see something here. Stevie, are you still in here?
Call, Steve. What? You were tracking at the door.
Do you have, I know that Daniel transferred some info to you in regards to Dave and the interview and all that kind of stuff. Do you have a contact for Dave himself? And not because I want you to give it to me, but because I'd be interested to see if I'm interested to see if he'd be interested in coming over here and having an interview with us as well. So I just wondered if you have a contact for him, if you'd be interested in asking him that for me. And if he doesn't, he's not comfortable with it, I absolutely understand. But it's definitely something I was thinking about. Thank you, Heather. Again tonight, nope, wrong one. Where'd it go? Tonight, guys, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to share the true story behind the Kortne family massacre tonight, guys. No, I just had the interview with Daniel. Where are we seeing his face? No contact. Okay, I got you. Got you. Maybe Daniel. Maybe I can see if Daniel will talk to him and see if he's interested. And he may not.
Maybe.
What's that?
Jules, one of the subscribers, Higher Ground, thought it would be cool to have me, Dago, and you have Dave on the show and ask questions. And I know your schedule is kind of hit or miss, so that's what we were talking about. And right before that, I was going to say Orlana may have contact information, but I don't know if you have her information. Hello? Exactly, Noni. And the thing is there is not a single word anywhere regarding the roommates' names. They're just the roommates.
Nothing at all.
Yeah. Exactly, Chief. That's what I was trying to say. I mean, even in the papers and stuff, there was nothing.
Very, very strange.
Oh, to talk to Dave. Yeah, I just don't honestly know if there's anything else he can tell us. I feel like he said what he had to say and he needs to be safe. His story was that he was told before 911. Okay.
I can agree with that.
Besides, I'm not sure if there's anything else he can say besides that when it comes to his own story. Okay.
Thank you, Alyssa.
Oh, wow. Curious said, so weird the Mormon lady unaliving her husband with a Moscow mule drink, then a pregnant 33-year-old and her 2-year-old child recent murder suicide on King Street in Wallace, Idaho. My brain is wobbling. Wow, I hadn't even heard of those. Are you muted?
I was testing you.
Huh?
That's not Brent Kopaka. I've seen that picture before. A lot of people have that picture. And I had wondered who that was. Somebody told me that that was a Moscow police officer. I have yet to find out who he is for sure. Heather says that this picture is Kopaka's cousin. Okay, thank you, Heather. Do you know his first and last name by chance, Heather? No, Rumsey. That's what I'm saying. I looked up like memorial funeral services. Nothing was listed that I could find. And being that he's a decorated vet, I would think that he would be built. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Buried with military honors, and I didn't see any of that anywhere available. Well, that's a good idea. Don't dive. Maybe Jules can do an analyzation of algorithm on that night on the Kopaka incident. That's a good point. Not confirmed. I saw a creator claiming that. And no, sir, I don't remember, but can probably find it. Thank you, dear. I mean, don't go out of your way, but if you choose to, then I appreciate that. In my opinion, Dave could be useful. A good point. Higher ground. I agree.
Hey,
but again,
Brian.
When is Drunk Turkey going in the BBC? I don't know, Rumsey. I don't know. You should be able to pick it up on the thing over there, though.
No, Brian, it's his cousin.
After listening to Kim last night on here and the fact that there's no bloody tracks from the killer makes me think they may have been. You know what, Lanny? Somebody else said that before a couple weeks back. Thank you, Alyssa. Very much. I appreciate that. Welcome, Brian Hoffman. It's good to see you, brother. Thanks for being here. Makes me think that they may have been alive somewhere else and brought back there. That was said before, actually by a few different people. And at this point, I keep saying this over and over again. Nothing's off the table as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, on the trends thing? I know what he's talking about now.
Yeah, I heard that, Strike. I'm kind of upset about that. That's bullshit. Sorry.
You know, Hunter J. knew Ethan for just over a year, but spoke like they grew up together. I remember his.
Thank you so much, my brother Brian. I appreciate that more than you know. And you're not crashing this party. We love having you here, bro.
What was the date of Kopaka? December 15th?
Yes. There's Miss Annie. Good to see you, Miss Annie. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Annie.
Yes, we seeing that, Annie. Thank you so much. I'm gonna have to change the title out on this because it's not relevant anymore.
No.
No, thank you, Mr. Brian Hoffman. We appreciate you so very much, sir.
On January 15th to the 21st, there were 100 searches.
For
Brent Kopaka.
From
January. Well, hold on. There was 6 on January 1st to the 7th. And then 23 on January 8th to the 14th. And then 100 on January 15th to the 21st.
Yeah, it does, Heather. That's weird.
December 18th to the 24th was 4.
That's weird. That does look like him, Heather. This dude has some seriously dark eyes. And I mean, like, just look at his face. He looks like he's mad about everything. Uh-oh.
Welcome, hon.
Jalapeno meatball. And that's a beautiful kitty.
Dave. What?
Beautiful Siamese cat. Welcome to the family, Jalapeno. Thank you so much for joining. It's great to have you here.
It's okay, Miss Potts. Miss Annie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's okay, Annie. We did miss you, but you're here now. That's all that matters.
Yeah, Cindy, that took me a minute too. The Google searches or trends searches, whatever you want to call them.
Is Mike? No, Mikey's in here, but he can't do it. I think he tried to do this before. Mikey tried to do a reverse search on the face, and he couldn't come up with the guy's actual name in this picture. Dave the Caller, he Rev 2 Sigma Davids, and now Dave the Secret Caller.
Huh?
Wait.
Dave the Caller and T-Rev 2 Sigma.
Dave called into T-Revs. 2 Sigma Davids. Okay. Oh yeah, David. The 2 Davids that were in the 4chan script. Remember? David Boak. I can't say the last name, but that one, and there's another one too. You know, I can honestly agree with you on that, Hash, that everything about this case is based on lies. When will this case quietly go away? When that's kind of what it seems like it's going down, bro. Seriously. Danny said, or Don't Dive says, you see, Dago, I figured that Smithers case was not tied to BK, which I felt the same way. Off the cuff, and had psychologist, physiologist, and detectives yesterday analyzing Kohberger killing Smithers, and it's not even true. I knew too. I agree with you. It's just a waste of resources. People want so hard to make him guilty of this crime that they're trying to tie him to other crimes, and it's not the way to do this.
Hey, Deb. Kortne Stauffer is a missing person in PA. She's been missing since 2012.
And again, thank you, Dive. Barocha or Barrioka. I can never say this. Barriacoa, and David Loach. That's right. I knew David Loach. And David Loach, in my opinion, was the more sinister of the two. And has said some very nasty things in regards to the victims too. And I was very unhappy with reading that. It made me almost like physically sick. Okay. That 4chan script is just something that I can't, I just don't get it. I don't know why it's allowed and why it stays up based on some of the things I've seen.
Right, Jules?
They need prerequisites so he fits the profile they created. But no, that's right. Yeah. And it's sad that they're trying to do that too. You know what I'm saying? Again, thank you for that picture, Heather. Or Jesus. What the hell? How did I forget her name? I just said it. Short-term memory loss, everybody. Don't ever have brain surgery because this is what happens. I love the jalapeno. Jesus, who just sent me this picture?
Wasn't it Heather?
No, it was Alyssa. Thank you, Alyssa. Sorry about that. Molly.
Miss Annie, it was Brent Kohberger's cousin.
I need access to the Google Drive.
Who?
It says I do.
You do?
Yes.
For that email or what?
It's my Google Drive.
Yeah, but I have control of it.
Whatever, typical woman. Control of everything. I'm just kidding. I am definitely not a sexist pig, you guys. I would personally, I'm one of them guys that I give every bit of control to my wife because I'd rather she had it. Because she's smarter. Women are smarter. Guys, don't. I know all the guys in the chat are going to take off when I say this, but it's a fact, in my opinion at least, that women are smarter than we are. And I trust women more than I trust men to make better decisions. So I have always felt that way. And so I'm quite the opposite of a chauvinistic pig.
David, he could be uncleared. Just because he's cleared doesn't mean.
Yeah, I don't think cleared is cleared, in my opinion. Okay. See, Red agreed with me, said fact. And he said 100%, Dago. That's right. Amen. Amen. I'm just telling you, they're facts. Women are smarter, make better decisions, make better choices. They're a lot more level-headed, and we're hotheads. We get mad and angry about everything at the drop of a dime. So you're okay, Brandy.
Has anyone ever found the name of who was arrested in King County, Washington on January 12th? His girlfriend called 911 for a DV call claiming he was the killer. He had Idaho plates and they found him in an air duct. What?
Yeah, what?
I have not heard this, Brandy. We need some more info.
Yeah, gosh, you should have been here earlier, Brandy. Yeah, but it's okay that you're late. Don't worry about that. You never have to apologize for that. I saw, maybe someone brought it up. I just saw the Brent discussion, so I wasn't sure. It's okay.
No, nobody's brought it up.
Alicia says if he's freed, I hope he's going to have to. He's going to have to leave the country, folks. This is a nationally seen, actually a worldwide known case, but at least nationally, he's going to have to leave or hide and change. He's going to have to dye his hair blonde and I don't know, just change his whole look because people are going to go after him regardless. People think he's
just going to have to go into witness protection.
Well, they don't just offer that to everybody, though. You know what I mean?
I know that, but still.
They should with him, especially if he does get off on this. And it's sad. If he, here's the thing, folks. If he is innocent in this 100%, he spent 10 years of his life getting probably the best education you could get in one of the best fields you could be in, to never be able to use it because of this case.
Mhm.
If it was a mistake. Now, if he's guilty, I'll personally walk him to the electric chair for all I care, because I'm so disgusted about what happened to these kids. But it is what it is. Sylvia said she's about to leave the country. Well, don't do that, because then you'll be gone. But I'm just saying, did Kaylee? No, she didn't. She probably should have. I bet you she was in protective custody, though. I almost could guarantee you that, because she had multiple death threats on her life, and I probably at some point was one of them. Not like I didn't actually do it, but I'm just saying, like, I thought it, because she made me completely disgusted. Yeah, he definitely needs a nose job. I'll say that much. It looks like it was broke because he's got that DB situation there, I agree with you on that one too, Nav 18, but I doubt that he'd get anything out of it. If he's freed, I hope he'll sue the F out of Slamfield, Nancy Dogface, and Coffingegger. I absolutely detest Nancy Grace. I'm sorry. I mean, I like every time I hear her voice, I go into a seat. I can't stand her. I'm not a mean person, and I don't usually judge people, but Banfield, like I said, I thought she was okay up until about 6 months ago. And Koppendorfer, after the Petito case, when she started jumping into these cases, I just lost it for her. But Grace, ugh.
Right, Red? We talked about that the other night. He said, I think if he is innocent, he could be a huge name in his profession.
Oh my God, yes. That's another way to look at it too. That's a good, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Molly were discussing that the other night.
Him and his attorney. You know what I mean?
Right.
You want to talk about a Lifetime movie? Good God.
Higher ground the comment about drunk turkeys. Member or then going. Okay, you got an email.
I agree with that one, David. I do agree with that. I don't know how she did either. Her father was on the sheriff's department in the town that I grew up on in Ohio here, and went to Florida before all this stuff happened. And it was talked about that he was not very well trusted, which is why he left the sheriff's department, and very well liked around here. So there's that. Take it how you want and make out of it what you will. My uncle worked on the sheriff's department with him, because my uncle was a sheriff's deputy too before he retired, and did not like him and said nobody liked him. So now that's Casey Anthony's father. Who did I get the email from?
Should be Molly.
Is it the Pullman logs again?
Tamara, what do you mean Uber driver picked them up? How?
Picked who up?
I'm assuming she's talking about Kaylee and Maddie.
From the grub truck? That was not Uber. That was
it was a service through
campus ride share.
Yeah.
Buenas. I love when she says that. Buenas tardes, Diego. And buenos dias to you, Miss Amy. Thank you for joining us. Is that what this was? Molly was the police? Okay, she said yes already. I'm sorry.
And she said it's a lot to look at, so whenever you get time.
Good God.
Right, Ryan through the university.
There's a lot. Okay.
Yes, we did catch a killer. Right?
John Wayne Gacy?
Yeah. Yeah, we did that one.
2 weeks ago?
Heck, I don't know. Okay.
Thank you, Molly.
2 more spots, and I moved to a second page. So it's a little piece of paper though. So
shorthand notebook. Absolutely did, David. Great one. It was a great one. And I liked the movie with Brian Dennehy over the other one. Don't ask me why. The movie Gacy was good, but the To Catch a Killer movie was better, in my opinion. All right, folks.
Members,
I hate to do this because I like hanging out with you guys a lot. This is a lot of fun when we do this stuff, but I think I'm going to have to bring this down because I still have to be live here in another couple hours again. I appreciate you guys all being here. I will be here tomorrow again.
Well, we'll be here tonight too.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. That's why I have to shut her down. Thank you, Heather. That's a fact. Happy birthday, Miss Maddie Mogan. May you rest in heaven. And you are so very missed. That's it. Happy birthday, Maddie. Today is Maddie May Day. Do something especially nice for someone today in remembrance of Maddie Mogan. That's awesome. Thank you, Heather. Yeah, guys, I will be here tomorrow between 12 and 12:30 once again. I hope to see you all again then. I'm sorry that you jumped in, Amy, when I'm jumping down, but I will be live tonight, guys. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be covering the true story behind the Kortne family massacre. It's an interesting story. I hope to see whoever wants to be there. I'd love to have you there, guys. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time again. Oh, thank you so much, David. I appreciate that so very much. I hope you guys got something out of today. I'm sorry that we didn't really get to go into the whole Dana Smithers thing, but there's really no point in doing that since it's non-existent now. But we will be jumping into some more of this tomorrow, guys. We can finish up where we left off today, say the very least, and continue up with this. End the week with it. And then tomorrow night, again, I'll be on Publicly Buzzed. I'd love to see you guys over there. Welcome back, Carolyn. But join me tonight, like I said, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the true story behind the Kortne case or the Kortne family massacre. It's definitely an interesting story. Thank you again, Ms. Heather. Once again, guys, I am a publicly or a crowdfunded channel. So anything you guys donate to support the channel keeps me coming to you guys on a regular basis. I had almost 200 people in here today, guys. I thank you so very much for that. That keeps me out into the right algorithms. And I appreciate you guys 100%, each and every one of you guys. Seriously. And again, thank you all so very much for what you do for this channel, for me, for Mama Bear, Miss Molly, Miss Brandy. The moderators are absolutely amazing out here, guys. Welcome to the family, Miss Sherry. Thank you. You did a great job today. Miss Heather, always happy to have you in here doing what you do. Miss Brandy, like I said, Miss Molly, Mama Bear, all you guys, I love you guys to death. And all of the new subscribers, welcome to the family. All of the new members, welcome to the family. Oh!
Higher ground. Oh my gosh.
I'm coming, Elizabeth. I'm coming. Oh.
It's okay. It'll all come to me then, right?
Wow. What the hell?
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Thank you so very much.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. And a few more. Wow. You are absolutely amazing. Thank you so very much for that. Wow. I don't know what to say.
Woo.
Catch your breath, Dago. Catch your breath.
Right?
Wow, I don't even know what to say. God bless you. I mean, seriously, God bless you. And thank you so very much. I appreciate that more than you'll ever know.
More cowbell. Rowdy.
I think I just made my damn blood pressure go up. Yoy, that was amazing.
Very generous.
That's what it's going to pay for, right? Jesus. Again, Higher Ground, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Even without that, I appreciate you being here, as I do each and every one of you guys. And guys, please don't forget to love yourselves, to love each other, and don't change a thing about yourselves, because you guys are amazing people. You guys make this channel what it is, and this channel was made for you. So thank you so very much. And once again, guys, I will see you on the other side. Have a great rest of your day. If I don't see you tonight, Mama Bear, thank you so very much for what you do.
Absolutely.
As do all of you moderators, do amazing. So guys, see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night. Oh, I'll see you in the chat tonight.
Yes.
Actually.
Yeah, because you don't have to go to school tomorrow.
Ooh, I don't have to get up early. Maybe I'll be on
By the
tonight.
way, before I go, I just remembered something. If you guys ever need me, all you have to do have a great one, guys. I'll see you guys so very soon. Thanks again.